Hello, you're listening to Reviewing History, your comedy history podcast. I'm filmmaker and teacher Brian Rupert, joined here by...
As always, Steve McDecker.
And...
Hendrik.
Yo.
Hello.
Hello.
What's up, my fellow millennials?
Getting up my notes.
Yeah.
I'm getting up my notes.
We're going hardcore fucking...
They say that this is the film of our generation.
Is that what
this
they
what
say?
sums up our generation. That's what they
No.
say.
I disagree.
Yeah, I disagree 100%.
First of all,
They're like, Gen X has Clerks. Our generation has the social network.
Is that what
I'm
they
sorry to say it, but our generation has Mean Girls.
That's
That is the
true.
movie of our
That's
generation.
true.
Okay,
We
I
do.
wouldn't
It is.
necessarily
We do.
disagree.
That's the fucking Breakfast Club, whatever you want to call it. Like, it's all of them. It's Mean Girls. Unfortunately, it's about mean ladies. That's
They're all hot.
They are all hot. The movie's fantastic.
It's a play. I think it was a play.
Yeah,
for
it's a
little bit.
play now.
Yeah. And I think they're coming out with another one.
But The Social Network, I had never seen this before.
Me neither. This is first watch for you?
Yes.
Me too.
I saw it in theaters. I saw it like once on TV, and I'll see scenes of it occasionally.
You saw this twice? 3 times now.
This is my third like full watch through, but like I'll stop and watch it for like 10 minutes and then move on.
You like it?
I don't love it. I am a big fan of the director though. It's one of my favorite directors,
Really?
David Fincher.
Oh.
Fight Club,
Yeah.
Benjamin Button, Alien 3, a whole bunch of shit.
A huge fan of
Seven.
a huge fan.
Okay.
That director is a massive fan of unsaturated colors and dark stuff. All the scenes are just overly dark and unsaturated.
I mean, he always has things like kind of dark and like
Yeah.
grimy looking almost.
Which
not,
doesn't
it's
fit
not
for this.
grimy in this, but he does have like this. He's a nihilist completely. This guy.
I don't-
We are
Admitted-
nihilists.
Admittedly so.
We
yeah,
believe
that's
in
basically
nothing.
him.
I don't think it fit here. I don't think that feeling blended well with the content of this film.
I think for the story that he's trying to tell and the themes he's trying to hit, it does work.
I think this movie's a bit of a lie.
Yeah, this movie's bullshit.
Well, that's what's fun about it too, which I want to talk about. So this movie is based on a book called The Accidental Billionaires
Yeah.
by Ben Mesrich, and all of it is basically
From the perspective
of Eduardo Saverin,
Right.
who's
Yeah.
played by Andrew Garfield, the worst Spider-Man himself.
You think he's the worst Spider-Man?
Yeah, he's the worst Spider-Man. So it's based on the accounts of Eduardo Saverin.
Is he German? You're about to say Eduardo. Yeah.
Yeah,
We are German.
the butthurt guy.
Yeah, so it's all from his perspective.
No, he got ripped off legitimately. No doubt about it.
We'll get into it.
He did,
He didn't.
but he's also a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he didn't get ripped off.
Oh, he got left behind.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't...
He didn't either.
He wasn't the guy for the job. He's
He
like...
didn't get left behind. We'll get into
Pete
it.
Best.
We'll get into
He
it.
is. Like,
Yeah.
there's a lot to it, but this
Making
all
$18 million
comes...
isn't getting left behind.
I understand. No, but I'm like... He wasn't the guy for where they were going.
No, of course not.
You know?
He was a kid.
But this all is from his perspective.
Right.
Which is why, like, he comes out by far looking like the best guy. in
Oh,
this.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's
like,
a
This is a hit piece on Zuck.
Yeah.
It is.
Which Zuck deserves it. He deserved worse. This movie didn't go
Well,
far enough.
I mean, it is telling what happened.
I actually think Zuck may be a misunderstood figure in our
I think
society.
he is.
I know that sounds ridiculous.
I'm actually with you.
I'm so
But
excited for this.
There's more and more that seems to be happening with him as of like very recently, where he's kind of coming around to like almost being an interesting person to watch. I'm not saying he's a good guy by any means. I think he's fucking bizarre and has
I think he's-
obviously done evil.
I think he's just a fucking weirdo.
He's a weirdo.
Who's trying his
Yeah.
best and he's gonna fuck up and make mistakes. Ultimately, I don't think he is like this devious mastermind. I think he's just generally a fuck up who kind of is in a. He's smart, no doubt. But
I don't think he's
in
a fuck up.
No, I don't
Yeah,
think
yeah.
he's in a position. He's a fuck up socially and with things like this.
Yeah.
And I think that awkwardness translates to a lot of things.
The movie
he does.
paints this picture of him where the driving force in his life is envy. And that is
Yes.
not the case. Like the whole
So
the whole
fake.
thing that's from the first scene in the movie, the first thing that sets him off is him getting dumped by that girl.
Well,
right?
that's true.
Well, it is and it isn't.
Well, that's
So
the thing.
he did get dumped by a girl.
Yes.
And that made
Jessica
that
A.
motivated him to make that face smash thing.
Yes.
However,
He had a girlfriend.
by the time he had made Facebook, he was already with the woman he is currently married to and has been for decades
years,
at this
yeah.
point.
Yeah.
So and you know, like the big finale of the movie is him like looking up her Facebook
Right.
page.
Yeah,
and it's-
refresh.
It's
Yeah.
horse shit.
Well, basically, they just want to be like, look at this
Pathetic, envious man.
envious. It's trying to be Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
The movie wants you. It wants to be Citizen Kane for like
And it's
our
not.
generation, and it's like
it fell
This
so
is
short.
this is a
it
weird
worked,
connection,
and
but
I think it works as a movie.
I think this movie stunk.
But you know, all right, what were you gonna say? I'm
it
sorry.
was a weird connection. But in my head, it was reminding me of Augustus in fucking Rome. Like he's just this all powerful fucking evil thing that has alienated everyone around.
Yes.
him, you know.
Citizen Kane,
Yeah,
same thing. It's
right.
like you're the richest man in the world, you're all powerful, you have all this,
You don't
but
have
you
any
still
friends.
can't find your childhood or love and like
Right.
all that. And that's what this movie is trying to do for
You're a little boy.
every time I
Like-
see you. I see
And that's the
Zuckerberg.
Zuckerberg the
There
Kardashian.
are 4 likes.
that's
How
the,
many likes do you see, Anthony? There are 5 likes. Do you agree?
That's the old saying.
5 likes. I'm very
good.
proud of that.
Very good.
That was good. That was nice. That was nice. That's the old saying. It's lonely at the top. You don't have a lot of friends if you're the head honcho of a multi-billion-dollar company because everyone's out to be part of that and not be your friend. However, there was so much horseshit in this movie that at times I was debating about just turning it off and being like, I'll let these two run with it. I really was.
Well, you're gonna have to point that out to me because
I will.
there's outright fault, like lies about his character.
Yes.
Yes.
But I don't think it was inauthentic.
And it's also-
It'd be
I think it
oddly
was.
enough.
No, I think it was.
I think there's crumbs of it that an angry person took and ran with it. You know? And then
Yeah.
and by the way, at this point they've all moved past this. None of them care anymore, except the Winklevosses who still have a bone to pick. But
they're already multimillionaires,
Eduardo
who cares?
Saverin, like, he's made his money
Yeah.
and he's fucking like beyond this. Like him and Zuck don't
when
care
that
anymore.
book
Right.
came out, from his perspective, he was in the middle of the litigation.
Exactly.
You know, there's a lot of hate there. There's a lot of anger.
The book came out in 2009, and the movie came out
2011, I think.
2010.
in 2010.
There you go.
So it's like,
Right, it's all in
and
the
Facebook
midst.
blows up right at this time. So honestly, this is a movie that probably was too early.
I agree. This
Yes.
movie came out at the height of Facebook.
Yes.
There was no perspective to look back on whatsoever.
Which is, it's interesting now to look back
Because
on it.
Facebook is almost like a dead thing now.
It's still
you'd be
big.
wrong.
I know it's insanely powerful and whatnot, but who uses it?
Not for the
like. Have
traditional-
you?
Not for the traditional sense. You use it every day.
I do. I
Use
look.
it more
I
than
look
you know.
at it,
No.
but no
Instagram.
one. It's a dead zone.
Instagram,
They own Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Facebook Messenger is.
But I'm just
huge.
talking about Facebook itself. Like Facebook
yeah.
is purely the domain of the boomer now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, nobody is like
And
posting like
anything.
Yeah,
Meta,
really.
Meta AI.
It's literally just ads.
Meta AI
Yeah,
is
right.
is huge. They're behind the scenes now more than you would ever. believe.
Yeah, they're almost like the mafia at this point. Yeah, they bought Instagram. I forgot about that.
And they spied on Americans.
well,
Don't they own Snapchat too? Or
That-
no, they do, right?
that's part of what I was saying about Zuck kind of rehabilitating himself recently, like within the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's come out and said that he was pressured by the
I'm not
federal
the bad
government.
guy. I was pressured.
I know.
Fuck you.
I know, but he said, but he's at least he's admitted it.
Isn't there
He's
something to
called
say
out-
though for being like, I fucked up, I was
Yes,
wrong?
he's like, I'm taking steps so this never happens again.
nobody does that.
Is that taking
Right.
steps to make sure it never happens again, or taking steps to make sure that he doesn't get the full punishment?
Well, he's never going to get. No one's ever going to get
Right.
punished. You can forget that. So
But I mean, I'd rather have someone say, finally in our society,
Like,
I was wrong
and someone is accountable.
and I made a mistake.
Right.
Like that never fucking happens.
Yeah.
Is he saying that because the tides are turning, or is he saying that because
Tides
he's
are never
saying
turning.
it? I'm just saying, like, but we don't know. Like, there's a
get
lot
it.
of stuff behind the scenes that we
Things
don't
happen
see.
extremely slowly and then all at once.
Yeah.
So who knows?
It is funny
What the
that
future will
that
hold.
Facebook started as like a thing for like hot chicks, and now it's just like 50-year-old dudes with sunglasses taking pictures in their trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Yeah.
still for hot chicks.
Posting the
It's
same
still for hot
fucking
chicks.
memes.
Right.
Instagram is all for hot chicks. Snapchat's for the hot
No,
chicks.
no, I'm
That's
talking
what it
about Facebook
It's
itself.
like the trajectory of Facebook
Oh,
is
the
actually quite
traditional.
interesting.
It's interesting.
I actually think this movie could get an interesting sequel.
Yeah.
It would be better. than
When
the
this
first
movie
one.
came out, everyone in the world was on Facebook.
Yes.
300 million, I believe.
Do you remember when the app first came out on like the iPhone and it was horrendous? Like it
Yeah.
never functioned.
Yep.
I was thinking about that watch. This movie like brought me back to that time.
Oh, it's a time capsule for sure.
yeah.
I did not sign up for my own Facebook.
Neither did I.
Somebody else
A
signed
girl
me up.
made it for me.
Me too. Yeah.
Really?
I was like, I don't want this.
2007.
Yeah.
They were like, you need this.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was like, I was like, this is for college kids, and I'm not in college. Why would I do this?
I never had a MySpace. And I was just, you know, I was fucking teenage me, angsty fucking
Yeah.
metal
Yeah,
guy.
I don't need that.
I don't need that. I'm not getting on social media. That's for fucking
I'm not
losers.
social.
And then the hot girl I liked was like, "Hey, I made you a Facebook page. Now I have Facebook."
Yeah. So,
Yes. Now I love social media.
well, now you can't get away from it. It's the worst thing and the best thing in the world.
Well, it completely destroyed society. We were not ready for it at
I
all.
think there's
It also
good and
connected it.
evil that came with that.
I just don't think we were ready for it. There's
Well,
good
you were
for
never going to be
sure.
ready for it. It was the next big thing in communication.
Yeah.
You know, it was going to alter the world for good or for
I
bad.
mean, we're lucky that we
and I think there are good things attached to it.
we're lucky that we got to exist in a world without it for a little bit. You know, we grew up in a
It
world without
makes
it.
a different person.
Yeah.
I think that growing up ignorant to everything is sometimes better. That's the problem.
You're happier.
You're happier. Yeah. Because when social media, you know everything.
You know,
at all
you
times.
they don't know what they missed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Zooms.
Yeah. Whereas with us, it's like that brief moment, like you said, of no social media. Just walk outside in the park and everything's well. You know, you're not thinking about anything in the world, politics, and all this other bullshit.
You're not constantly plugged in. We are practically a cyborg always
Right.
scrolling. So my experience with Facebook was interesting because I was in 2007 or 2006. It was 2006. My friends were all in colleges and I was not. And my friend had an EDU, and he heard, like, I was obsessed with MySpace, and he got into Facebook because he had the
College,
EDU domain.
Yeah.
And when it came to CSI, the College of Staten Island, it was a big deal for Staten Islanders. And
Facebook.
Facebook.
Yeah.
And I wasn't able to get on.
That's real early.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to get on until, you know,
It
I
opens
got
to
my
public.
my first, like, when it finally opened to the public and it was like blowing up completely.
Right.
So at first it was exclusive and it worked, you know. I really wanted to get on. All my friends were on there even though I wasn't going to college. And, like, you know, taking pictures on digital
So-
cameras and uploading them.
That was something from the movie I just flat out didn't remember or understand. So you had to be a college student to get on it?
It was exclusively at first
It was
for
only
college
for colleges.
students.
It's actually in the movie.
Yeah, I know it's in the movie. And I was like, I don't remember
They're
that.
trying to spread to different colleges.
It was just something that seemed to pop out of nowhere, and I actively ignored for like a year before I was thrust
a-
into
Well,
It's
it.
like some building.
you weren't. So you have to remember, what year did you? I graduated in 2005,
High school,
high school. What year did you graduate?
2007.
So that's 2 years, right?
Yeah.
In that 2 years, Facebook is spreading throughout colleges.
Yeah.
It's not affecting your social circle because you're a little younger. But everyone my age and everyone I know that's in
Was on
college
You
is
still
on
had
it.
MySpace.
It was around. I didn't
And
use it.
Zanga.
But yeah, Zanga, yeah. I remember Zanga.
But, like,
Yeah, and
you
my
remember-
and that's the thing with MySpace and Zanga. You like need to know how to code.
You need to know. For some reason, I don't know how this happened, but everybody at some point just knew HTML. Yeah. We all just knew how to do it.
well, so I knew that, like, if you went to certain websites and you needed
Nobody
to know
taught you
something,
this.
you could copy and paste the code
Right.
into
Yeah.
MySpace
Nobody
and do
taught
what you
you that.
needed.
You just did
and
it.
and you could customize your MySpace page. And, like,
Or the
I would have
finger of
like I would
God
have
touching this.
I would have images of, like, Spider-Man swinging around in the rain,
Yeah.
and then, like, I would have a Sonata Arctica song
Songs,
come on
yeah.
when you would go to my MySpace page and it would play Replica.
Hell
Oh
yeah.
my god.
That song kicks ass.
Because I'm
Nothing's what it seems to be.
I'm an empty shell inside of me, man.
That song kicks ass.
I'm home again.
I won the war.
I'll really. I'll date myself here with tech. Did you? I don't think you guys would. Do you know MIRC?
No. What's
It's
that?
like multiplayer notepad. That was the first, like, messaging system for the public where you'd log on and you would connect to a server, and it's just notepad of people talking back and forth. It was like the first group chats.
Right.
But you'd have like one admin, and if you pissed them off, you just get banned. Like that.
You're
was
a
it.
powerful guy.
Yeah.
Remember punters?
Yeah, I remember.
No.
So that's like the Wild West days of the
Yeah.
internet. I miss those days.
So like punters were you would be talking to someone on like AIM or whatever,
AOL,
and you could use a punter
Boot them
and
off.
boot them offline. And
Really?
then
Yeah.
it was dial up, so they have to dial back in.
And then you just punt them again.
I remember our friend, the
Different email
P-Man.
bombs.
yeah.
He did something called war dialing, which always made me laugh. Have you ever heard of this?
Yeah.
What
Can
is
you
that?
explain what war dialing is?
Well,
Because he
it's-
did it to his friend, and he ruined his life.
So pretty much. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe it's like you. So just similar to punting, right? If you're on the internet and I call you,
This is
good-
56K.
it's 56K a day.
Yeah.
If I call you, it interrupts your connection, right? But if I set up a server to constantly call you,
Yes.
you're not getting connected.
He
ever.
made the guy's house,
Yeah.
all the phones
Yeah.
ring in his house every like
Constantly.
10 seconds.
The parents must
So-
have been.
There's still
Livid, because-
there's still similar attacks that are done like today, like distributive denial of service DDoS attacks. That's kind of similar to that war dialing.
War dialing.
where like I'll connect to your server or your computer a million times in like a second. It overloads it and you lose access.
I got who
So-
war dialed who? I'll bleep it.
Pat war dial.
Yeah, so like the 56K days were insane. Like email bombs were nuts. I would send you an email, even if I'm just your friend. Be like, hey, open this.
Viruses in it.
Kind of. It would set off an infinity loop and continuously open new emails. So you'd open it up and a million emails would just open up and your system would just crash.
Yeah, you would just like fuck with your friend's computer.
Right. Yeah.
Just ruined like thousands of dollars of equipment.
Yeah.
Hackers used to sell like these mini discs that would have like punters and other hacking tools on them. And it was so fucking dangerous just putting that into your system. Of course, I'm an idiot. I do. I'm like, yeah, hacking. And oh my God. The destruction that I've accidentally caused was irreversible.
But like I remember like I'd be going to like parties with like people in college, and then eventually with the digital cameras we'd be uploading them all to Facebook.
Yeah.
And like these pictures are so long ago that there's like pictures of me at a party with a white dude in blackface.
That's great.
Yeah. I'm not in
That's
blackface.
awesome. That's awesome.
But it's like that's how old these pictures are. It's like
Yeah,
I'm
that
hanging
was
out with,
acceptable
like,
and fun.
Justin Trudeau, yeah. Like this guy is Little John. I've always wondered. I've never went and checked because these pictures have to be from like
there's some pictures.
2007.
They're still on Facebook.
yeah,
If
yeah.
this guy went and took them off, you know, it has to be October 2006.
I remember like when I was going into the police academy for that hot minute, I like made
You were
all
the
of
guy
you.
who made all the noises, right?
I had to scrub a lot of shit.
Bleep.
Yes,
You were
yes, I was. That was Michael Winslow.
Oh my God.
I made like everyone I know
Scrub.
scrub their Facebooks of like pictures of me drunk and shit.
I still got them. Yeah. I saved them in a file on my PC.
Please send that to me. I'd love to
I
have
will.
them.
But they're all photoshops of him like half naked. I would Photoshop them on
Can
like
we just put them on the Review History Instagram?
yeah.
I know there's one.
There's
great,
one of me as a caveman. There's one of me. Yeah.
The U.S. Burt Reynolds is
Burt
great.
Reynolds. I have you as Future Shock, where it's like
Oh,
you
yeah,
have
yeah,
like your
yeah,
arms
yeah,
behind
yeah,
you
yeah.
and you're kind of like smiling and it's just a jacked guy.
Yeah, you need to put this all in it.
Yeah,
on the
I'll-
I
Instagram.
remember there were
find
videos of me doing what I called Eddie Trunk Classics.
Yeah, I don't
Where
have the
I was
videos.
just hammered with a guitar. I don't know how to play guitar, and just smacking the guitar and singing classic rock
yeah.
songs.
like a boomer. That I don't have. That I don't know where that went. I only got the pictures. But
Any other Facebook thoughts before we dive into the movie?
We'll get. I'm sure more
it's
will
gonna
come
come
up.
Okay.
Yeah, let's just dive in.
All right.
We're ready.
So, Social Network.
You don't say.
Yeah, no. It opens with Mark Zuckerberg spitting the worst game ever.
He's not even spitting game. He's, like, insulting his
dating.
girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're dating. Well, quote unquote dating.
Now, Ant, do you remember this scene at all?
What? Yeah, I watched the movie.
But do you remember us filming a recreation of this scene for my college project?
No.
You remade this scene.
You and I did this?
Yes, you
You
don't
forced
recall
him-
this?
you
I was
forced him
actually looking
without-
for the video of this.
I don't remember this at all.
You don't remember this? I played Mark Zuckerberg.
And I played your girlfriend?
Yeah.
Did he have a wig on?
No. We cut it before it got to like any of the like romantic stuff where it was just me talking about like.
You still film the romantic stuff, but you
Well,
cut it
yeah, we cut it.
for the project.
I was like, Aunt,
That wasn't for public consumption.
I went, Aunt, your tits are fake. They're padded by Victoria's
Fake,
Secret.
baby.
But you really don't remember when I had to do this as a college project? We filmed it in my basement because the assignment was I had to take a dialogue scene from a movie and recreate it for a college project.
Man, there's
and
so
I
many
needed
better
someone to help
scenes.
me out. Well, I just wanted something that I could shoot back and forth.
yeah,
And they
I
gave
guess.
me like a list of movies I could pick from,
Oh,
and I
okay,
think I
okay,
picked this.
Okay, I see.
I don't remember this at all. Are
Maybe he's just making this up. Maybe it's just a fever dream.
And we were in my basement,
you sure this was me?
100%.
Okay.
And I remember you were like, this is like infuriating, and I had to do the whole, you know how many SATs are in China? Like I did the Mark Zuckerberg thing. You really don't remember this?
No.
I was looking.
I wish you could find the
That's
video.
so
I'd love to
funny.
see
I
it.
was looking for it. I was gonna pull it up. I can't right now.
That was like one of your favorite pastimes, was just torturing him on random days. It really seems like it.
Well, he helped me out. You know,
I used to get a lot of calls for things. One of Brian's favorite activities right around this time was to call me up, ask me to hang out, and then hanging out was me watching him go to the fucking comic book store for literally like 3 hours.
Do you?
Like,
Come on, it was fun though. And then we'd go to Vintage Vinyl. We made a day.
to Vintage Vinyl.
We made a day of it. Yes, we did.
Do you remember the time when you invited him over to film something? It was you and our friend in your underwear.
Yes.
And
I
you
don't know
just,
what you're
I remember this.
you just messed with
He has
him.
always denied that
I
this
don't
ever
know.
happened.
Yep.
This is a ridiculous claim that
Yeah.
Ann has made for years.
What's the claim?
He called me up.
Yeah.
And he's like, come over, we're hanging out. Right? So I go in, the door is ajar. The door's unlocked. Brian, see?
No, this is fake.
So I walk into the house. I go down in the basement because that's where we always hung out. I figured they were down there. So I walk into the basement, and it's quiet. And Brian's basement, from the stairway to like the main area,
It
is a
opens
long
up. Yeah,
hallway.
it opens up.
So I could see that the tripod was set up with the cameras. And I was like, oh, what are they doing? And then I
Keep a straight face.
I walk into the room, and him and our other friend are naked. They're in their underwear. They just had boxer shorts on each, sitting in chairs with the camera pointed at them. And I just turned around and left. And they ran out. Brian ran out chasing me into the
his
street
underwear.
in his underwear. Yes.
This is ridiculous.
And he was making
preposterous.
noise so that people would see that I was leaving and he was in his underwear. He was.
Like a
And
lover's
then
quarrel.
I went home. And I must have called you or something. I was like, this happened. And the two of them have denied that
Denied it
ever
forever.
happened for the last 15, 20
I'm
years.
laughing because you've told this story so much, and it's so
right.
fucking fake and
I'm
crazy.
gonna bust this bubble here. I because we used to record together.
Right.
So I found the footage and I'm like, you always make sure that it's empty. And I hit play.
You saw it?
And I see him and our friend sitting in there. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I see in the video, you walk down, you go, what's going on? And he's like, we're gonna film, man. Come on. You go, nope, you run away. They both run. I'm like, I look at Brian, I'm like, what just happened? The next scene is him and our friend walking down their underwear. And they go, well, the camera's rolling. Might as well. And it shuts off. And I'm like, what did I just watch?
Yeah.
Look,
There's got to be a lot of great footage from back then.
look.
That's gone. I know that's gone.
I don't believe that happened because you can't produce the footage.
I can't produce the footage. I can't.
Guys, who are you gonna believe? Me or them? Would I lie to you?
It was so bizarre and funny. And then you had a Spider-Man clock.
Yes. He had
I
a
did have a
Spider-Man cuckoo clock.
And in the video, it goes ding, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
That clock was awesome.
It was perfect. It was timed perfectly because you're like, might as well. Ding! Here's your fellow neighborhood Spider-Man. You two giggle and shut the camera off.
This is just a ridiculous story.
Too bad that wasn't on social media. Look at that.
Segway.
Segue right in.
That's
You're like
great.
Paul Blart. You're riding the Segway.
I'm getting good at it, you know?
So now, all right. So this girl is in the movie is Erica Albright, and in real life,
All dark.
his girl that broke up with him is Jessica A. And he went on LiveJournal, which I never had a LiveJournal, but I guess you would write like blog
It's like
posts.
posts.
Yeah, I don't understand blogging. Like the type of person that needs to make everything they think about and do public is just so far in the
Journalists. Early journalists.
No, they're not journalists. They're
Early.
fucking
That's
narcissists.
how they're practicing journalism. It's journal.
Well, it's before
journal.
people were doing podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you know,
we're
you
doing
would
the
do
same.
that.
You're right. I'm
Yeah.
doing this. What
Yeah.
the fuck am I saying?
Yeah.
You're just a pretentious dick.
I guess I am. Yeah, I totally am.
You're a modern Zuck, aren't you?
I wish I was a Zuck.
I'd surf and look like a weird alien guy.
Yeah.
I would sue
He
him.
really does look like Mr. Data. He acts like him too.
Yeah. This is how the humans drink water.
Yeah, he,
Not Brent Spiner, Mr. Data.
yeah. He doesn't act like a normal human being
Right.
at
yeah.
all.
Yeah. He's like jacked now, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
He's training for fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, he wanted to fight Elon Musk.
Yeah.
He was gonna whoop me Elon's ass, by the way.
Probably.
Really?
If they fought,
Yeah, he
yeah,
would've-
He's much younger.
yeah.
Well, Elon doesn't fight. He's a guy.
Zuckerberg did the thing that everybody does when they first start doing jujitsu.
They wanna fight
You want
everyone.
to fight everybody because you know it and they don't, and you're like, I can beat
I'm gonna
anybody
beat
who
you.
doesn't know this.
And most likely you could.
Which is like every new jujitsu guy has
Yeah.
that fucking
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So the girl ends up leaving because
Dumping him because he's an asshole.
Well, he's like, you used to fuck the doorman. That's why we're in here. It's a final club.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's right out the gate intolerable.
They want you. To
They
hate
want
him.
you to hate his guts.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and it works because I did.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. You can't not want to
Right.
just punch him in the face
Yeah.
throughout the whole movie.
And I'm wondering if that's just Jesse Eisenberg. I might just hate him.
No, because he's great in Zombieland.
I did like Zombieland.
It's the character he's playing.
Yeah,
You know,
he
he's
did good.
doing.
He did a good asshole.
How come like he's allowed to still be around? Like he still pops up, Jesse
Yeah,
Eisenberg.
He acts and
I think that's how life works. Ed.
No, but you don't. See,
Why is he not?
Why is he allowed to be here?
you don't see Michael Cera anymore,
Well,
and they're the same person.
no, Michael Cera is actually like a vicious asshole in person.
How do
What?
you know that?
There's like a lot of stories about that. Yeah, He's
Really?
like very hard to work with. He's like, this is what I heard. This
So
is
he's like his
shit.
character, and this is the end.
Kind of, yeah. That's like closer to him.
So I think it's just honestly, a lot of it is Michael Cera just looks weird, and Jesse Eisenberg looks more normal, and I really think that's it.
Didn't he play Lex Luthor?
I wanted to talk about his Lex Luthor.
Okay.
You like it?
His Lex Luthor is a direct fuck you to Max Landis.
Who's Max Landis?
All right, Max Landis is John Landis' son. He became a screenwriter and was an outspoken, like nerdy comic guy. Like he loves that shit. And then he got
You used
canceled.
to chat with him.
I spoke with him once. Yeah. There's a lot of accusations about him. Nothing that's ever been legally proven. And he gave me good screenwriting advice.
He got Me Too'd.
He got me too, and me and him have a good conversation. It seemed to me like if you read the article, there was one serious rape accusation
Wow.
where there was never a lawsuit or anything came of it, and then he was also like he seemed like a shitty boyfriend in the article, and like he was like verbally abusive to his girlfriend, and he was like, "Yeah, I admitted I was a bad boyfriend," and like, but the rape allegation, nothing has ever came of it. No court, nothing proven. So I don't know. And that's just the facts of the case. I will say that he gave me good screenwriting advice, and
Yeah.
it was a pleasant conversation. But regardless, going back to before he was canceled, after Man of Steel came out, Superman kills in it, doesn't save anybody in Metropolis, and destroys like all of
They destroyed the character.
the whole thing. Yeah, it was character
You hate
assassination.
that movie.
I fucking garbage. Character assassination bullshit. Afterwards, Max Landis went on YouTube, on his YouTube, and was just bashing the fucking movie. Then
Star
Batman
Wars.
vs Superman shows up, And Max knows Jesse Eisenberg because he put him in his movie American Ultra. In Man of Steel, Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor is playing Max Landis as a fuck you from Zack Snyder to fucking Max Landis.
Really?
If you watch the
Why
that seems excessive.
Why does Zack Snyder hate
what's the
Max
problem?
Landis?
because Max Landis was bashing his movie and his portrayal of Superman in Man of Steel. If you watch,
So Jesse Eisenberg is not in Man of Steel.
no, he's in Batman v Superman. If you
see.
watch Max Landis speak circa 2010,
Jesse
whatever it
Eisenberg
is,
is playing him.
he's playing him 100%.
Is this some people say this, or this is something you came up with?
Everybody knows this.
Okay.
I know Max Landis has like been like, yeah, Jesse Eisenberg, that time he played me,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and like if you like, it's undeniable if you see it, the way he's acting, his mannerisms, everything.
The
He
Lex
nails
Dude's
it.
good.
The Lex Luthor
Wasn't
I
good.
know is the one from the cartoon,
The jacked one.
which is a jacked black guy who's like debonair.
Yeah.
So me and
They made him a nerd.
So me and my wife's brother always talk about this. Is he black or is he a tan white guy? Because you honestly can't
you-
tell.
I think he's black,
Do you not
but
consider
he's
him
also
your
Gene
brother-in-law?
Hackman.
What'd I
Do
say?
you not consider him your brother-in-law?
Who'd I say?
My wife's brother?
I should have said just brother-in-law. You're right.
I didn't have a problem with
Yeah.
it. I think it works. But fucking,
I think it works.
You know what it is? It's because I have two brother-in-laws.
Yeah.
but yeah, he's also Gene Hackman,
Yeah.
and he's kind of like
And
wacky
Kevin
in that,
Spacey,
right?
the most evil of all the
Yeah, that is a scary guy.
Lex Luthors.
In the comic book, he's a white guy.
In the comic book, he's a white guy who used to have red hair, and then now
Was he
he's
white in the
bald.
cartoon?
Kind of. We don't know.
It's ambiguous. He's racially ambiguous. He's like Vin Diesel, where you don't know, is this guy white? Is
Right,
he black? What's going
I
on? Is
see.
he Hispanic? Yeah, it's never clear.
Interesting.
But
Mercy.
anyway, I like Jesse Eisenberg as an actor. I think he's pretty good.
I think he was good in this. I just
think he is good in this.
I think
Yeah.
the content.
He's just hateable.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
But that's what they want from him.
Yes. And now we get the opening credits and we get the music, and people love this score. It's so many people's like favorite
Trent Reznor.
score. It's Trent Reznor and Atticus Finch.
Atticus Finch.
Yeah.
I remember.
That's not
none
Atticus
of it.
Finch.
I remember none of
It's
that.
definitely not Atticus Finch.
That's probably I'm almost. Is that a Harry Potter character?
No, it's Gregory Peck's character in To Kill a Mockingbird. A lawyer, a 1930s lawyer, came to fucking write music for the social network.
for social media.
We need something that's going to protect the rights of Negroes.
Atticus Ross.
Trent's there. It's got to be darker. It's
That's
gotta
one
be
of the best misspeakings I've ever
darker. Yeah,
heard.
that was good. That was good.
Atticus Finch.
and the Nine Inch Nails guy.
I'm glad you were able to pick up on it because Steve didn't know.
It sounded like something from Harry Potter.
Atticus Ross. So they
Okay,
did
close.
the score. I like the score a lot.
Not memorable.
Yeah, I didn't even know
Oh,
that.
Yeah.
It's similar to Moneyball to me. Like I actually do like this score
Also
a lot.
noticeable.
I
Well,
like
Moneyball
both.
was like post rock,
Yeah.
which seemed out of place.
Very much.
But this, and I mean, Trent Reznor does all of David Fincher's score now, but he became like a valued commodity in the scoring world.
He's up there with the
Elfman, you know?
yeah,
like
the Oingo Boingo guy.
Danny
Right.
Elfman.
Yeah.
It's like these guys started in rock and they transitioned to doing this.
yeah.
So now it's fall 2003, and Jesse Eisenberg lives in the
Which
Kirk.
just seems that's 21 years ago now, and
Yeah.
it just seems like so long ago, and yet yesterday at the same time.
What were you
and
doing in
I have a
fall
theory about that.
2003?
I was in the 8th
I
grade.
got a theory about
You were in
that.
8th grade? Wow.
Yeah.
What's your theory?
Society hasn't changed much.
Well, there's definitely a plateau,
Yeah.
but
We plateaued with almost everything around this time. 2000,
I say 5 was like the peak of civilization.
2005, yeah.
But it's like
2006.
I was, like I said, I was in the 8th grade in 2003, and then by the time like all of the Facebook stuff seemed to happen, I was 17, 18 years old, and that just seems like such a big gap.
Yeah.
You know? So, like, when I saw 2000, I was like, wow, that was early. But it's really not. It's only 5
No.
years.
Yeah.
You know? 4 years.
And you had a whole high school experience.
Right, exactly.
In a span of 5 to 6 years, society drastically changed and hasn't gone back since. It's just been kind of like slowly morphing, but not like in a drastic way. I think we're actually in a technological drought, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
we 100% are.
Well, I feel like something big is going to happen soon, like with AI and like.
You were supposed to
AI's
have
here.
flying cars by now. What the fuck?
AI
Well, we were
AI's
always
already here.
promised that.
Yes.
AI is the future of like the technology thing. That's where it's going to happen.
More
That's
like
where it's going to
gay
replace
AI.
people. But AI is still in the realm of just like computing. Like there hasn't been besides electric cars, there hasn't been a serious invention in a long time. Like changing.
I mean, well,
cell
the
phones.
iPhone.
Yeah, but the iPhone's been around since how long?
It's what is it? 2010 maybe?
It's a long.
I don't know.
So I think.
I think it's before that.
Yeah, I think before.
I don't know.
I had a smartphone in
iPhone 3
7.
was like the big one. That was the one that
Was
changed
it?
the
I
world.
thought the first
Smartphones
one.
were like 07, 08, I believe.
Okay.
So maybe even before, maybe 06. So if you think about that's almost 20 years of
Tesla.
nothing changing.
Bottled water.
Bottle water, not a bottle of water. MacBook. I
You gotta
in this,
explain
in
what
this
you're
movie,
doing.
we're talking about 03, 04. They're walking around with laptops. The only
Yeah.
difference is it's a phone. It's
The
smaller.
first iPhone was released in 2007.
There you go.
It's funny, like, we're watching a movie that takes place 20 years ago.
The same fucking.
Now imagine it's 1990 and you're watching a movie that takes place 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You'd know
It's
it would
insane.
be insanely different. But we look back at this and it's like,
not
this
that
isn't that different.
It's really not.
we are in a serious like drought here.
I agree. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really feel that different. It feels contemporary
Yeah.
still.
Culture seemed to just die somewhere around
Yeah.
2002.
And it hasn't recovered. Yeah. Same
So
culture.
he lives in the Kirkland house. And what's interesting about the Kirkland house is that,
that
you
they
can get
get
the
all-
double chunk
Yeah,
chocolate
yeah,
cookie.
Yeah.
You can get the chicken bake.
Yep.
We're Costco guys.
That's a boom. You were gonna make the same joke?
Changing up the world with the Boomer Doom.
God damn it.
Talk about culture. Now,
That's the biggest thing to happen
By the way,
in a long
after,
time.
after you sent that to me,
you'd
it's-
never heard of it before that, right?
No.
No, it's
You did it.
everywhere now.
You opened Pandora's
like
box.
Meat Cannon did a fucking video about that.
Yeah. That was funny.
It was a good
That
video.
was a funny video.
Yeah.
They like steal children and sell them.
No, he sells his fucking kid.
Big Justice is getting real fat, by the way.
Well, he's eating fucking
Oh,
double
yeah.
chunk chocolate cookies.
Yeah. You got to make a fucking video every day eating massive chicken sandwiches that are the size of your arm. Yeah, you're probably going to gain weight.
He's bigger than the Rizzler.
Those
now.
kids are in trouble. This is like, we need to do something about this. We need to save those children.
And you see, it came out that like AJ has been like trying to do this for like 15 years.
Yeah, he's been grinding
Yeah.
at this forever. Like he's in like the store, like looking at meat with his kid.
Yeah, a baby.
He just did one random video and it popped, and they're capitalizing
Yeah.
it. Now here's the question: School has started.
Yeah.
Is the kid bullied or celebrated? That's
Oh,
my
he's a
question.
hero. They all love this.
I don't know because society's fairly weak. If it was our time,
That's true.
if it, no, that's not a lie. If it was our growing up, like our childhood,
he would've been made
he was
fun
would
of.
have been
Could
bullied
you imagine
relentlessly.
if you were in school and people pulled up a video of you and your dad in
Eating
Costco
sandwiches? Yeah.
eating sandwiches?
That would be
and
embarrassing.
Here comes the boom.
Yeah.
You would have got your ass kicked every day until
But
you
these
left.
are all TikTok screen kids. Like
Yeah.
they're not even human anymore.
But the hell that would I can't imagine.
remember-
this like my dad would be like Big Justice or AJ.
AJ.
If you went to school with bad hair one day, you were the kid with bad hair for the rest of your life.
If you were
Like,
a
that was it.
rocker, you were
You were
Oscar
just-
Sutton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was a dirty rocker for a
Yep.
long time.
Yep.
Do you remember when we were at a bar once and we met a guy who won an air guitar contest in Sweden?
And we said, "Can you give us a demonstration?"
Yes, and I just abused this guy
To his face,
Yeah,
yeah.
I hated him just for like doing something.
And then we pulled up a video of him.
Yeah.
Did he do it? Would he do it?
Yeah,
he
because
was.
he was getting all this praise for like, oh wow, you're the air guitar guy, and I was like, you're a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
But it's just maybe like that's the mentality I had. Like if you're fucking
Right,
successful at like this internet garbage, I'd hate you.
Right.
Yeah.
You know.
Right.
But like kids today would probably love it.
Oh, do you think he's
you
like
want air
popular?
guitar? That's awesome. Yeah. We watched because you put on like a light show kind of thing, so you make like a performance.
so asinine.
It was so stupid because he doesn't. There's music playing. He's just going.
Yeah.
You gotta send me the videos so I can pull it up.
I gotta find it. Yeah. It was ridiculous.
For those audio listeners, Steve just played air
I played air guitar. And you know what? I think I could have won. I could have won. So Zuck on it. That's his name. On Live Journal.
Is it
Zuck's
really?
on it. That's in the
That's
movie.
a great name.
In the
I
movie.
didn't notice that.
In the movie, it says Zuck on it, and he's posting, and I'm like, what a troll.
That's funny. And he writes like hate about this girl, and he posts up with her, and now
But now he's like, we're gonna make a website to vote hot girls.
well, Andrew Garfield shows up,
Yeah.
and he's like, "Hey, I saw you're in trouble." He's like, "I need your code so I can like do this thing." Face
Sure.
smash.
Face smash.
And
This is
basically,
real.
what it is two girls show up.
One cup.
They don't show
Yeah.
up.
Well, two girls are populated on the screen.
Yeah, 2 pictures of girls.
Alexa, shut up.
2 girls appear on the screen, and you have to click one to vote which one's hotter.
Yeah.
That's all.
And they're trying to determine who the hottest girl in school is.
That was
basically.
real. He did this, and then they immediately faked it.
Now, can I ask you a question, Steve?
Sure.
He has to go through like weird means to get the pictures off the computers.
Scraping the internet, yeah.
Yeah, can you explain a little of this? This seems like more your expertise than us.
Okay. Let's say
Sexpertise.
I can make it simple. Let's say
God,
like
dude.
Our listeners are dummies. Yeah, keep it
right,
simple.
right. Let's say I want to have 100 pictures of women. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a choice.
You want binders full of Whitman like Mitt Romney.
right. You have a choice.
That's a 2012
and mind
political
you,
joke.
mind you, the God damn it.
What did he say? Like half the country was worthless.
Yeah.
And then that ruined him. Like for
What ruined him was Sandy. He was
Yeah.
actually leading before that.
yeah, the hugs that I remember with
Yeah.
Chris Christie.
Yeah.
That's a 2016 political joke.
So there were Facebooks for college campuses.
Yeah,
like,
Facebooks were a real thing.
you had like IDs attached to names, but you have to get access to those. So you have to break in to get access, and then you have to save the pictures to post on your website. So if I have to save 100 pictures, it's going to take a really long time to right-click save, go into file, right-click save, go into file. But it takes a really short time to say, let me write like 20 lines of code that will go through all these pictures, automatically save them to a directory, and that's what he was doing.
How do you separate the men from the girls?
Let's say there's an identifier, male or female. I'll say if identifier is female, save the picture.
I see.
Yeah. So now he'll scrape all these websites, compile them into one directory, and say, okay, pick 2 number 0 to million. Pick 2 random ones,
Put them next to
put
each
them
other.
next to each other, and go to the next round and like find the hottest girl
Okay.
on campus, kind of thing.
It's a brilliant idea.
It's a brilliant idea. It worked.
Now, what do you
he
mean
did
he
this.
faked it?
This movie went fake immediately.
Oh, okay.
So-
I thought you meant like,
He did this.
yeah.
He hacked. He's a good programmer. He hacked everything. He got it all together. And they explained like how he had to
2003 is so fucking early for all this.
He
too.
had to go
Yeah.
through like Perl scripting, which is a fucking pain in the ass, but it's not too bad. But it got 22,000 hits in 2 hours. That's what they said in the movie.
Yeah.
Then he said, "You crashed the Harvard network." They did not crash the Harvard
Yeah,
network.
Yeah.
The movie plays it up like there's thousands of people on this thing
There was.
immediately. I think it took a few days though.
Yeah, it didn't crash.
Like it
anything.
had like 45
Yeah.
people the first
Right.
day.
It was like
Yeah.
it,
was
was
like Friends.
It was within
Yeah.
like 4 or 5 days.
Yeah.
Like it blew up.
Now, this is
and it's also who gives a
2003.
fuck about this outside of Harvard?
Right.
And
Right.
how many people are in Harvard? You know.
This is 2003.
But
The internet exists.
that being said, you put something like this in front of any guy.
That's true.
And he'll
do it.
sit there and do the whole thing.
for an hour.
and I think the main thing in Boston is like colleges.
Yeah.
So
It's the college. It's the college town.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now he did get it was shut down, but that was because of privacy infringement. You can't just do that.
Yeah, he
You
didn't
can't-
crash a server.
Yeah.
They're like, you stole everyone's
stole
picture.
shit.
Right.
But it's like, oh,
And there's
look how
gonna
cool
and
he
there's gonna
is.
be chicks pissed off.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was like,
And
there
we
was no
know
reason
the
to do
chicks that are pissed off. It's not the chicks that were labeled the hottest.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
It's the chicks that look like me and Ann in drag.
No, I think you'd be pissed no matter what because you didn't give permission. You know.
Oh yeah.
You have to give permission, otherwise you're gonna get sued.
That's
but
like when Pokemon Go stole my fucking Panoramio picture.
Right.
Wait, what?
You were pissed.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Pokemon Go.
I used to post on Panoramio, which was like Google. It was like attached to Google Earth.
Yeah.
I used to go around, take pictures of like landscapes, and then put them on Panoramio, and then they'd show up on Google Earth, right?
RTN.
Yeah.
And when Pokemon Go came out, they
Pokemon
What
Go
made
about Pokemon
go to the
Go?
polls.
Go to the polls,
Right.
2016.
Right.
The gyms. They used to make gyms.
There
Yeah.
were locations.
And they used one of my photos from the cemetery in St.
For the
Joseph
location?
Cemetery as one of the gyms. Yeah.
Without your permission.
Yeah, well, I guess because I put
You
it on
uploaded it
Google,
to
it no
Panoramio.
longer
They own it.
belonged to me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck?
Yep.
You should be happy. That picture's probably still the
It's
picture.
probably still there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can kind of thank Zuck for that in a way.
How? He's not Google.
Well, when he was doing this, you have a lot of individuals uploading pictures. You need to protect yourself legally, and around this time, all the
I
companies
guess when
were
you
kind of doing that.
when you sign up for Facebook, you're signing
away
all
your rights.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you ever see and you could bring this up. You ever see the picture of the Apple rights put out?
Well, Disney
Google-
can kill
hold on.
you now.
Yeah, 'cause Disney could just murder you. Yeah. So Google this real quick. I don't want you to put this up in the video.
Okay.
I want you to Google the museum image of the technology terms and conditions, or Apple terms and conditions museum will probably pop it up. So they put it. There's a wall, and it's like, here's the terms and conditions for Facebook, Instagram. Here's for Apple.
Terms and conditions.
It goes from
Apple
the top
Museum.
of the ceiling all the way down to the floor, and it's like really small print.
Is this the website?
No, like
an
Willy
image.
Wonka?
It's an image. You're looking for an image, not. Well, I don't even know. I think you were just hacked. What the hell was you looking at there?
AppleMuseum.nl. That's what you said.
I don't know. Why NL?
Yeah, what the
I don't
fuck?
know.
No,
The
just-
Museum of Apple Terms and Conditions. It doesn't show up like you want it to.
All right. I'll get it on my
Yeah.
phone. But
Hacker Man.
it's astounding to see
Isn't that
how
the,
big this is.
That was what happened in Willy Wonka. You made them sign that wall.
Yeah. Also, there's Human Senti iPad from South Park.
Yeah.
You know, have you ever read all the terms and conditions?
No.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I wanted to bring
But
it
that's
up.
why
You
Disney
can't.
can
It's
kill you
impossible,
now.
Yeah.
Huh? You spoke bad about me. I'm gonna murder your family.
Yeah, because you got Disney
You signed up
Plus.
to Disney Plus. They reversed that, by the way. They gave up on that quick.
That was a good move because the PR
It looked
nightmare.
horrible, yeah.
Yeah, that was horrible.
Once that came out, it was said, give this guy whatever he
Yeah.
wants to just go away.
Didn't they? There was like a dead kid, and they put Spider-Man on his tombstone, and they had like a big fucking problem with it.
Yeah,
They like sued the family.
Yeah, I think they were like, that's copyright infringement. It's like, guys, this isn't worth it.
They really are just awful.
I get it. They're trying to protect their business and their property, and you don't want everyone to start like,
Putting Spider-Man on their grave.
and then like he's associated with death, you know? Like, I get it to an extent, but it's like, you know, maybe just one time it's a kid. Like, wait till it's like a guy like my age, you know, or older.
I'm almost certain.
Rest in piss.
Google scrubbed. Google may have scrubbed the image.
Okay, yeah, see it.
Holy
Dave.
crap!
Was it AI? Did you get?
No,
did
it
you
was
get
not
duped?
AI. It was real.
And it's real.
It's real.
All right,
I
so
made it.
So they make the website and it they crashes, and now we're introduced to Army Hammer playing the Winklevoss.
Oh,
twins.
okay.
Army Hammer is currently canceled
Really? Why?
because he
Wait, he's both of them?
he plays.
They
both
didn't get real
twins.
twins?
No, Army Hammer played both guys. You thought they were real twins?
Yeah.
no.
Why wouldn't I?
I mean, that's so much harder than just getting one actor and doubling them.
Is it?
Is it? I don't know.
Well, you need two twins that are
Sweden's
both
gotta have 'em.
that are
There's no
both-
identical twins out there that are actors?
No, there's not. Stop thinking that.
that are like, but they also have to be good like really good actors.
They couldn't get Zach and Cody?
They were living the sweet life at this time.
Oh,
They
you're
probably
right.
were busy.
They got the girl from Zach and Cody in this movie.
They,
They
oh
do.
yeah,
Yeah.
she's really hot, by the way.
Yeah, she is.
But I mean, they look like they row crew. They look exactly like
Yeah.
the guys you picture for this.
Yeah. Well, I've seen the real guys. They do kind of look like
Yeah.
them. Yeah.
But they're the Winklevoss twins. Army Hammer is canceled because it came out that he is allegedly a cannibal.
What?
Well, this is news.
You didn't know
Hannibal?
this?
No.
Yeah. So Army Hammer, heir to the Arm and Hammer fortune.
Really?
Yes. So he's quite rich.
That makes sense that he's accountable.
But
You get bored when you have so much money, you know?
And things are that clean.
apparently he went on dates with women, and that's a good joke. He went on dates with women and would like bite them, trying to rip their flesh. And supposedly he took out a fork and knife and tried to cut a piece of a girl's ass off and eat it.
Really?
Yeah.
Like
Does
I
he
said,
have reflection in the mirror or no?
Well, he can double himself on film, so that's got to tell you
Yeah.
something. You know what I mean?
There's a lot going on with this guy.
Yeah. So he's been canceled and like thrown out of society.
Was canceled and thrown out of society, but I guarantee you he's high up in the Hollywood scale. You know what I mean?
He's super rich.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter to him. Like he has the Arm and Hammer
Right.
fortune to fall
I'm
back
sure
on.
he's got a castle in Transylvania.
He's probably doing some Bathory shit.
I would work with Army Hammer.
Yeah, why not?
He played the Lone Ranger in the
Would
Lone
you,
Ranger movie.
if
Right.
he was like, hey, I'm going to give
We
you
watched
like,
the whole movie about fucking Malkovich working with him. So that was good.
Malkovich?
Yeah.
if he was like, I'm going to give you like $1 million to work with me, but I'll come over your house here and there. I need to take a bite out of your ass. But like a real bite, like you're going to bleed and he's going to like cauterize you. Would you be okay with this?
Yeah, sure, whatever.
I respect that.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, I found it. Here it is.
Those are terms and conditions.
Terms and conditions for social media.
Nice.
It's very long.
Send it to me because I will never find that. Okay.
Yeah. I'll send it to you.
There's a long way to go.
But so Army Hammer is there, and him and this other guy. Do you know the character's name? Divya.
Oh, the Indian guy.
Yeah, Divya Narendra. Divya Narendra.
Every billionaire needs an Indian CEO.
Is that true? Is that a thing?
Yes.
Okay. So it's in the bylaws.
I mean, Facebook did all right, and they were just a bunch of Jews.
One Jew.
No. Eduardo's a Jew, too.
Is it? Oh, yeah, he is. You're right. Yeah. He's a Jewish Brazilian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
The rarest.
Yeah, it's got to be rough being a Brazilian Jew.
Yeah. That can't be easy.
But, I mean, then again, when you're rich, is anything really that rough?
You can be accountable and be okay.
Yeah. So, the Winklevoss twins,
Winklevoss.
they want to hire
Zuck.
Zuck.
Zuckerberg,
To make like a dating site.
dating-
type
Laid.
thing.
So they can get laid.
a Harvard dating website.
What's the best
Right.
thing about being at Harvard? The email. It's the most exclusive email you could have. Every girl wants to be with a guy
they
from
paint
Harvard.
these guys as just fools.
I actually think they don't come off like one of the guys actually comes off as like a good
Likeable.
guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, he's a gentleman of Harvard.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Until he's had enough and he's like, fuck this.
You know what? I actually kind of like the way they're portrayed. It's really like jocks versus nerds here.
Yes.
It is.
And
And it's not that.
I think it's kind of honest in that portrayal because the nerds are like the underhanded, sneaky pieces
Yes.
of shit, and the jocks are just trying to like do something.
Yeah.
You know?
Like, hey, why don't we hire this guy to work on our idea?
It's like Revenge of the Nerds when that came out, like ruins the perception like these people have in society.
Forever, yeah.
And it's a complete lie.
Yeah.
Like if you look at Revenge of the Nerds, even in that movie, the nerds are rapists.
Yeah.
They're terrible people, but they're the heroes because the jocks were mean to them once.
Well, it
Like
was,
they do horrendous things in that movie. He rapes a girl. He straight up rapes a girl, and it's like looked at as great because he's dressed as Darth Vader. They put cameras in the girl's house and like watch them nude. They burn like the other guy's house
hold on,
down.
hold on. No, they get their house burnt down.
No, oh, you're right.
the jocks
You're
burn
right.
down their house.
No, the jocks burn down their own house and then kick them out of their house.
Yeah. The jocks aren't completely innocent. They make them
You
homeless.
just got your asses whipped. By a bunch of nerds.
I had to lower you there for a second. It went hard.
Now, to defend
If I
their
were you, I'd do something about it.
80s peeping, it's not uncommon at the time.
This is not the hill to die on,
and
Brian.
This didn't go out of fashion until like 2009.
Post American Pie.
Yeah, like this was in '99. You could still legally peep or socially peep.
He wants to bring it back. That's what I'm
I'm
hearing.
not saying bring it back. It's
He's like,
good.
it's bullshit that we're not allowed anymore.
We've moved on, but we cannot judge 1980s up until about
Right.
2005 based on standards.
Never forget what they took from us.
All I'm saying is that nerds have this like elevated fucking view in society. They're terrible people.
Oh, yeah.
They're the ones that are going to fucking, like, when a girl's
Shoot up a school?
passed. Yeah, they'll shoot up a school. When a girl's drunk and passed out, they're the ones that are gonna like fucking molest her. It's not gonna be Jock Guy.
What are you insane?
Well, Jock Guy's getting laid. You know?
There's plenty of jocks and frat guys who have done fucked up
Yeah, what are you
shit.
talking
That is a lie.
It's not a lie.
That's not a lie, man. There was like an old saying: if you go to a frat party, that you're gonna get drugged and raped.
It's a myth. It's a myth. The lacrosse guys were innocent.
Right. Every frat party he's ever been
The
to,
lacrosse guys were innocent.
he doesn't remember that happening.
But that Brock guy was fucking.
There's a ton of.
Who's Brock?
Shit.
You don't know Brock?
I know he's got a Geodude.
So there's this famous. There's this
And no eyes.
Brock Turner. That's his name.
And no
so,
eyes. Just.
Yeah.
So there was
He
this.
makes really good rice balls.
So
They
Brock,
look delicious. They got that black seaweed wrapper.
so Brock Turner, as far as I remember it, he was like a swimmer frat guy.
Yeah, he raped a girl.
And there was a girl, and he saw her like passed out in like an alley, and he went over and just raped her while she was passed out.
Yeah.
Well, that's fucking evil.
Yeah.
But I would expect that from somebody with a pocket protector.
Look, you just want to go back to bullying nerds.
Yeah, is that
I
what's
am
really
a nerd. This is coming from a nerd.
It's
Maybe-
telling you what he's capable of.
Don't trust these people.
He likes being bullied. He misses it.
Let's go give him a
He's a
swirly after
masochist.
this.
Yeah, he's a masochist.
Oh, give me a swirly, yeah. All right.
Don't bully me.
So they come up with this idea, and Mark Zuckerberg is like, "Yeah, I'll work on it for you." He immediately
No, he doesn't say that.
he
That
doesn't.
was one of the big things in the movie, in fact. So they invite him.
Yes,
And they're like, this
into
is
the
our
bike
idea.
room.
This is our idea. You come into the Phoenix room, but you can't come in, only in the foyer.
Yeah.
And they're like,
Can I just pause you there 1 second?
Yeah.
I watched an interview with Zuck talking about this movie.
Yes.
And he was like, this whole thing about me wanting to be in the frat
Bullshit.
houses and stuff was just a made up thing.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's not. He goes, I made Facebook and Facebook because I like making things.
Yeah.
That's what he
Yeah.
said.
I totally believe that.
I agree.
This is they
It's a hit
want to.
piece.
It's the character they're trying to portray
Right.
him as.
Yeah.
The angry nerd
Right.
who wants to fit in and never
Yep.
will because you're a
Yes.
fucking weird dork who can't carry on a normal conversation.
Right. And he goes into this house, and they're like, this is our idea. Do you want to work on this with me? And he goes, I'm in.
Yeah.
He doesn't say, I will work for you. Let's get together and sign shit. He goes, yeah, I'm in. I'm going to make this. Fuck you. You just told me a good idea. So that was a huge thing in the lawsuit, in the movie, where he's like, I never said I was going to work for them.
So do you think Facebook is a stolen idea?
I think the concept was stolen from actual Facebooks. Like, there were Facebooks.
Do you think he robbed the Winklevi?
Oh,
No.
probably not. No,
What-
they're multimillionaires. They just saw an opportunity
No.
to try to take
What
it.
he did do, and there were leaked messages which prove this. So their website was Harvard Connection or Harvard Connect. It was going to be a dating website. He knew about the dating website. He had already done Face Smash. And what he did was delay and stall them and drag his feet on their
So that he
shit
could get his
so
thing
he
out
could get
first.
his shit out first. That's what he really did.
Right.
And leaked messages that were sent from him to like Eduardo
Yeah,
prove
prove
this.
that, yeah.
Like he sabotaged their
He's
business.
like, I'm fucking them.
Yeah.
I saw some of those text messages.
However, his thing is completely different ultimately because it wasn't with the
It's better.
It wasn't with the explicit thing of a dating website.
Right.
All they were doing was a dating website for Harvard, which isn't a new idea.
Right.
He just dragged his shit out so Harvard kids would be hooked on this first.
Right.
That's what he did.
And this is pre MySpace, or at least pre like MySpace
Blowing up.
blowing up.
Yeah.
So it's not even like this is copying
Yeah.
that. You know, it's
Exactly.
its own thing.
No, this kind of copied MySpace.
Maybe later
100%.
Well,
on.
this
that.
killed MySpace.
Yeah,
Yes.
100%. They
Yes.
took aspects from MySpace because when I was first introduced to like the Facebook and MySpace world, I had a MySpace, and when Facebook was introduced, it was like this is only for college kids, and it was like, yeah, well, I don't want to be on there then because it's not for me.
Right.
Not only that, but MySpace had the ability to customize your page, and Facebook didn't. And I didn't like that. I was like, I actually want to change the background and the colors and the music and all this other stuff. I don't want to just
MySpace
have
is
like a
like you go on
bland
somebody's
thing.
MySpace and it was like getting attacked.
Yeah.
Like fucking, you had no control over it, and like sound would come
Replicas
at you.
blaring out.
And like Facebook, you would get like pokes and
Yeah, they had pokes.
yeah,
That was like, hey, I'm paying attention to you.
Yeah.
right.
And a hot chick, if she pokes you, you're like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you don't know what to do
Yeah.
now.
Yeah,
That happened to me a lot.
And you just, what does that mean? What does that poke
Right.
mean? Did she accidentally do it? Why did this happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Poke her back.
Yeah.
No.
Every move has to be excruciatingly planned
Agonized
and
over,
thought of.
yeah.
Just torturous. What does this post mean? If I post this as my status, what if she takes it this way?
Yes. Everything's cryptic.
One time I was
Remember being a teenager? Oh, that was awful.
dude. One time I was seeing this girl, and I posted Rush lyrics
Okay.
to Time Stand Still. Just I like the song.
All right.
song.
And she made a post that was like almost
this
like
guy.
it was essentially like I can find better or whatever, something like that. And I was like, because I posted not looking back, but I want to look around
Me now.
from Rush.
Yeah.
I could see that being taken incorrectly,
looking back,
but
but
at the
I
same
won't
time,
look back. Oh, she thought it was about her?
She thought it was about her.
that is a hysterical.
And I remember I was like, oh no. And I called our friend that's a girl. I was like, what does like this mean that she posted? And she's like, yeah, it means that she thinks you're like a jerk.
an
And she's
asshole.
like moving on from you. I was like, but that's not, I just posted Rush lyrics. And like,
Neil Peart did this.
yeah. Oh no.
one post possibly changed the trajectory of your entire life.
I mean, it didn't slow me down. I got in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you did it.
High five.
Yeah.
Not looking back, but I want to look around me now.
Time still. By the
Oh,
way,
Eduardo-
best trios ever in anything. Ready?
Okay. Rush,
Rush, number one.
number one trio.
Yeah.
Okay.
Blink 182.
There's three of them?
Yeah. Reviewing history. I was trying.
Blink beats us?
I was just trying to put a. No, we're number one.
Oh, okay.
I was just trying to pull another trio out of my hat and Blink 182 came. I had one in mind and it left.
Oh.
Who's another good trio that's a band that we actually really like? I do like Blink, but.
There was
Emerson,
three
Lake and Palmer?
Oh, that's what I should have said. ELB.
of- Ooh, that's a good one. You wearing Love? No, you're not wearing Love Beach.
Nah, not today. Anyway, so now Mark is working on.
Oh,
On
Eduardo
Facebook.
gives $1,000 cash.
He gives
just
$1,000
for the startup, which I think it's just hosting fees.
It's hosting fees and
Pretty
stuff.
sure, like, because there's no other thing you have to pay for if you're developing it. It's not like you're fucking paying for a system.
And it's a 70-30 split
Yeah,
In favor of the Zuck.
in favor of the Zuck.
makes sense. He's
And
doing the work.
Eduardo is trying to get into this like prestigious frat
Yeah.
The
of
one
some
that
kind.
Zuck wants to get into.
Right.
Yeah, it's like
It's
you
not
got to
a
go
frat.
through multiple rounds.
It's not a frat.
What is it?
It's a finals.
Oh, it's a
house.
final club, right?
Yeah,
or something?
finals something.
No,
What's
there's
the
no
difference?
S. I don't know. It's a frat.
I hate
prestigious-
college.
It's
I hate
prestigious
the
Harvard
academia
thing.
style.
Yes. It's awful.
It's the prestigious Harvard groups that like world leaders have
Right.
been in.
Yeah, this is Teddy Roosevelt shit.
Right.
Yeah, that's what they're talking
Right.
about.
Yeah.
So he's jerking around. Eduardo's getting hazed.
And at the same time,
And-
you have like these lawsuits going on. Like
Well-
they're in like law talk, like boardrooms with lawyers talking, and I think it's done poorly.
with the framing
I don't
devices.
I don't like how it's non.
that it's the lawsuit?
Yeah, I don't like two
linear.
lawsuits. Where, like, I feel like it would have been better if it was a build up to those.
No,
what
I
I mean?
actually like that the lawsuits
Well, you
are
love law stuff.
Well, no, I like that they're there and it's kind of showing, like it almost like lets you know that this is going on a bad path at the end, and it's going to, and it also affects the way you're looking at each scene almost, you know, because you know they're opposing each other now.
What's the revelation?
Who's right? And supposedly the director Fincher would go up to an actor in a scene, and he'd be like.
Let me take a bite of your ass.
But he would basically tell them in like,
You want to bite my ass?
yeah. He'd be like, in this scene, he just has his ass out. He's on a chair. Come on, bite it.
Have you tried it before? It's good.
It's the forbidden fruit.
So what did he do?
Man ass. To serve man ass.
A catamite?
Kind of like, yeah.
No, but he would go up to like an actor and be like, in this scene, you're actually in the right. And like play it that way. And then in another scene, he'd tell someone like, you're being a devious, underhanded fuck here. Play it that way. You know?
That makes sense.
And like, yeah, I just think that's a good directing thing to be like, no, in this scene, you're actually like right.
That reminds me of American Psycho. When he told William Dafoe, I want you to act like you know what's going on, then I want you to act like you don't care, then I want you to act like you
William Defoe's his doppelganger.
yeah. I
What did he say?
He said William.
I always fuck that up. Dafoe. And the scene, like, they splice the three together. So it's like, you're
never
like,
know.
oh my God, I think he knows. No, wait, no, he doesn't know. And then he's like, kind of like aloof and doesn't
Yeah,
care.
it's genius,
cool,
yeah.
But, kind of reminds me of that.
So now that Eduardo is trying to get into this club, he has their email list.
Yeah.
And he gives
We're
it
gonna send
to Zuck. And Zuck, someone comes up to Zuck and is like, hey, is that girl like single in your class? And Zuck is just being a dick to this guy.
Yeah.
Where he's like, people don't wear fucking name tags that say what their relationship status is. And he's like, relationship status?
I can do the dating thing.
Yeah. And he goes and puts it, and he's like, Facebook is now done.
Right.
And that
You
is
could
a
say if you're
brilliant
single.
innovation.
Oh, yeah.
It is
We've all
insane.
checked it.
Yeah.
It's
We've
insane.
all ran into a girl or coworker, especially
Are
when
they
we're
single?
younger, and it's like, oh, let's see. Oh,
And we've all
single.
gotten yelled at for our Facebook status.
I have had that fight.
Yep, me too.
What?
Or
You didn't change your
Right, you
relationship
changed your
status
relationship
on
status.
Facebook.
We've all had that.
With your
Everyone's
wife?
had it.
Yep.
Everyone's had it. You haven't had that?
You never had that fight?
Were you quick to change it?
Yeah.
Did you
If
change
I'm-
it before you were official? Were you that
No,
guy?
I didn't change it until my wife and me were official, and then she like I wouldn't accept her Facebook friend request until we were official.
Why?
I didn't want her to know what was going on in there.
You wanted to sign the contract first.
Yeah. Hey, I played it perfectly. I got married. Dispute the methods. You can't argue with the results.
She was going to see the music video of us singing Soul Invictus with no shirts on.
We have shirts on.
I don't.
You don't. No, you have a shirt on. It's just open.
But yeah.
What am I getting into?
He needed an extra $200 from Eduardo. Eduardo is the funds, the CFO.
He's the money.
He's
Oh,
the
we
money.
didn't mention it.
Not a lot of money. but
He
he's the
made
money.
$300,000 over the summer by
trading options.
options based on oil futures
Yeah.
because he was able to tie it
oil.
into
The weather.
the weather. And that's true. He really did do that.
Right. Used to do that.
Yeah.
How come you didn't make 300 grand in
Yeah,
the
what the
summer?
fuck, dude? You didn't know it was going to be cold out?
I didn't make it in a summer. I made it in a year.
For yourself?
Assholes. For my company.
Oh.
I
Yeah.
didn't my percentage was 70-30. They put the funds up, and I didn't get a lot of it. But no, that makes sense. Options are crazy. Scary, but fun.
So now it starts spreading around and
Well, they registered the domain in 2004. So you have to register your domain.
Okay, yeah,
Once
it's
your
like
domain's
February
registered, nobody can
2004.
take it. You own that. In fact, what a lot of people were doing like before this in like the 90s, when the internet started coming up, they would purchase just domain names.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi, yeah.
Coca-Cola, Pepsi,
Mountain Dew, Pepsi-Cola.
anything that seems like it could sell later on to a bigger company, they would purchase it.
Some people buy the domain name, tell them Steve Dave, hold it hostage for years and years.
Right.
And then you...
And parlay that into a bed.
yeah. Gav's a good guy, all right?
He's the best.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it was
it's
the
just,
Facebook.
it's savvy business.
The Facebook.
The Facebook.
Was registered.
Yes.
And they spam the frat bro emailing list.
Yes.
You know? And bros get angry, want to sue.
Yes.
I lost complete interest once, like around this time.
Why?
I just wrote like whatever. I don't care.
This is the Steve movie.
Yeah.
This is not the Steve movie.
This is a movie for
This
things
is
you
not-
like, computers and such.
This is social media. This isn't computers. Anything, the stuff they said, the one time they spoke about computers, I wanted to throw my phone through the fucking screen.
Really?
Yeah, and I'll get into it. It's coming
All
up.
right.
Once I have understanding of computers, I'll have understanding of the world.
So now, so now it smashes to like a boardroom where the Winklevosses are suing Mark Zuckerberg, and their lawyer looks just like Ralph Nader, doesn't he? That was my one note. I was like, this dude looks like Ralph Nader.
The Green Party.
Yeah, he's like, I'm going to cost the Democrats several elections. So now they're talking about the app,
Yeah.
and they're like, and it's blowing up on campus. Zuckerberg is the most popular guy on campus, and they're like, that includes athletes, everybody, movie stars.
Natalie Portman.
Natalie Portman, yep.
They get groupies because, they're rock stars now.
Apparently, she was like a big advisor on the film.
Was she?
Yeah, like the authenticity of Harvard, it comes directly from her.
Now that, all right, I didn't know about this.
Yeah.
You gotta explain
So
this.
she was there at this time.
She wasn't on Naboo
She took some time off from Naboo to go to Harvard.
from the Galactic Senate.
yeah. Yeah. Her term as queen was over.
My greatest advisor, Jar Jar Binks. Oh!
He was! Like in that one scene he's in episode 2.
Well, he does also fuck up the entire
Yes.
galaxy.
Yes, he votes Palpatine to be
Yes.
the emperor, to be like dictator.
Lisa thinks
Yeah.
Palpatine should have all the power.
Yeah. But yeah, apparently she.
not many people know.
Oh, God. It's been a
George?
while.
Good to see you, George.
There's actually a Harvard planet on
A Harvard planet?
there's an
A whole planet that's Harvard?
there's a whole Harvard planet on in
Star Wars?
yeah,
Yeah.
deep in the galaxy. Harvardine.
Harvardine.
Yeah, Harvardine. It's a planet. Everyone has a Boston accent. That's where Bill Burr's character originally originates from on The Mandalorian.
Really?
Because
Right,
he still has a Boston accent. So a lot of people were like,
Wait, there's a Bostonian Bill Burr in The Mandalorian? I didn't even know this.
yeah. So many people wondered why there would be a Boston accent in space. And it's
This
because
comes from the Harvard planet.
Harvardine. Yes.
Right. Okay.
And on the Harvardine planet, they built this college, right?
Well, I would think so.
It's all a college.
Yes,
so from
the whole thing.
From the time you're born until you leave Harvardine, you
Oh, so people do like live their entire lives on Harvardine?
yes, but you're raised in a classroom. See,
Right.
And you're
I thought like people go there in their late teens, early 20s.
no.
No. Because when you're in the late teens, 20s, you go to war with their counter planet, the Yale planet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, the Yale-ardians.
Yale Ardians, yeah.
But what you do is so everyone, men, women, children, when you're born on Harvardine, you the way you gain your knowledge and the ability to walk is by sucking the body parts of those other people at the school. So if you have a skill I would like to learn, I just go and I open my mouth and I just suckle just a little bit. It drips down on me. Maybe I'm a little baby. and then I gained that ability. So
What ability?
to walk or do anything. So Harvardines are the most adept people on the planet, and they all have Boston accents, and they
like
suck
Kirby's.
each other to learn. Yeah,
They're like Kirby's.
yeah. They all look like Bill.
They gained that ability.
Yeah, they all love Boston things. They all look like
Boston
Ben
cream?
Affleck, Matt Damon.
Right.
That's their main
They all
food
love
source.
Dunkin'.
Boston cream donuts.
Only
and
Dunkin'.
clam chowder. There's an
Lobster-
there's an
lobster,
alien
fried
JFK.
oyster.
There's a picture of him on every wall on the planet.
Alien JFK.
He's like their Jesus. Yeah, he has like a green change. And if you want to learn something, so like if I wanted to learn computing from Steve, I just go and I get on my
suck
knees
his
and
brain?
Suckle.
I just suck at Steve, and now I have his computer abilities, and everyone there passes the knowledge on, and it's like poetry because it rhymes. You see?
Right.
Jesus Christ.
It's about family.
So
That's
it's
what's
all
nice.
about family on Harvard. Yeah. And Queen Amidala went there once, and that's
Right.
actually how she learned a good negotiating tactic because she sucked off the leader there.
You know, George, every time we learn more about the ins and outs of the Star Wars universe, it gets weirder and weirder.
Yeah, there's a lot going on people aren't aware of.
Right.
You know?
The
You know,
universe is a big
There's so
place.
much happening
It's a big
that's
place.
not on screen.
Yeah, there's a whole
Right.
other universe where stories waiting to be told. And one day I hope that Disney will let me adapt some of these stories and I could come back. I'm going to go now and start working on
Goodbye,
episode
George.
12.
Thank you, George. Thank you, George.
Hey, what's up,
Always
guys?
nice to see you.
Hi,
George.
Brian.
Oh.
You just missed George Lucas.
What?
Did.
Again?
You know, I'm pretty sure with AI we could transform you into George.
I'll send you the clip.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure this could happen. Where are we? Oh, yeah, they're rock stars now.
Yeah.
They have groupies who
They
they
have
sleep
Asian
with.
girls. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the Natalie Portman thing. I'm
Or
sorry.
shit. Oh, yeah.
So explain this. So she was just like their main advisor.
She worked on the movie. Yeah.
just like for
Like for authenticity
She was
of
on
Harvard.
Really?
Yeah.
She was in Harvard at the time.
When Zuck was there, she was there.
She was there, yeah.
How do you think she did on the hotness thing?
Oh, I'm sure she did well.
I
She was
think so,
probably
right?
okay, yeah, I assume so.
So she
would hope
just
so.
was kind of an advisor. That's really it.
Yeah. Oh, Zuck said that all of his outfits in the movie are correct.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
I mean, it's hoodies.
Yeah.
Hoodies from Harvard.
That Gap hoodie. Did you have the Gap hoodie?
I had a Gap hoodie.
I had a
think
Gap.
everybody
You
has
had
it.
to.
Yeah.
It was like standard issue as a millennial.
$20 hoodie.
You just get this hoodie. It was great, by the way.
It was amazing. It's one of my favorite piece of clothing I've ever had.
Yeah.
All those pictures of us in Europe, I'm wearing the Gap. hoodie.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll pull one up right here.
So Zuck sleeps with this random whore.
Well, he doesn't sleep with her. He fucks her in a bathroom.
And Eduardo, they
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll just fucks a random whore if that's better for you.
well, they know them.
I mean,
No,
you
they
made it
don't.
sound romantic. They're fucking in a bathroom. They're in
I
a-
was
you're-
trying to be a Harvard gentleman, and I'm surrounded by bullshit. And then he sees like his ex and is heartbroken at the same time.
Well-
He's like, I'm gonna go expand now.
Well, it's
That's horseshit.
everything he does spurs him on
Yeah.
to like get laid and be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like his whole entire driving motivation for everything.
Which is not correct at
Yeah,
all.
it's just fake.
Yeah.
I will say, even subconsciously, though, that is the driving desire
Of most human beings.
Of every man who has ever
Zuck's
accomplished
a robot,
anything.
so he
Yes.
probably does. I don't even.
I do like the line where he's like, it's like fashion, it's never finished.
Yeah.
Where it's like, that's Walt Disney's
Poetry,
statement.
right.
Yeah. But that's Walt Disney's statement with Disney World, too, where he's like, Disney World will never be complete.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like, you're always going to update and change things.
Right.
And,
It's a
you know.
world of
That's
Disney.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the world in general.
So where are we now? Oh, so now they're expanding to other colleges. So they're going to Yale, Columbia, and what's his face wants to go to Stanford. Eduardo says,
Yeah.
let's expand to Stanford, get on the
California.
West Coast, which is a smart move.
And now we meet Sean Parker,
JT.
played by
JT.
Timberlake.
Yes, he's bringing sexy back at this point.
Yes, he is.
He was, yeah.
Future sex love sounds.
Didn't you used to drive around listening to that with a chick you were in love with?
She was very much into that album. I know every song on that album.
Sorry to hear that.
That's really all I have to say about it.
Sorry to hear that.
Do you think he succeeded? Did he bring sexy back?
He certainly
so.
did. He hates
So.
that song.
Does he
Yeah.
now?
Yeah.
He retired it.
Why?
'Cause
He
it's
thinks
crap
it's a
song.
terrible song.
It's like one of his. It might be his biggest hit.
Oh, I don't know
Solo
about
hit.
that. He had a bunch.
What's his biggest hit? Solo.
Oh, rock your body.
That's a good song. Yeah, Rock Your Body.
I don't know all of them, so I'm assuming he has a bunch.
His biggest hit was when he was drunk driving in the Hamptons this summer.
Great. He's turned into like a real piece of shit, and it's great.
Yeah.
Like he's fucking driving around, being a menace.
Britney Spears writes a hit piece on him every week because he took her virginity
Yep.
as like a 17-year-old.
Yep.
He's really falling apart in his 40s.
Yeah, he's having it rough.
I mean, yeah.
You know he's at rock bottom when
When
he's
NSYNC reforms.
with him. Yeah, because they're gonna supposedly my
And they're,
wife.
like, they're gonna be slightly overweight, but still trying to like do the dance.
My wife is into all that boy band shit.
Uh-huh.
So she's like, NSYNC is gonna get back together with all of them
course.
except JT, and we'll know he's on hard times
When
like,
he's there.
Yeah,
Yep.
Bring him in. Yeah.
which is inevitable. It will happen.
I mean, he was on Hot Ones.
You know that Genesis bailed out Peter Gabriel once?
Yeah, you told me this story.
Because he like lost all his money like doing benefits for Africa or some shit. And like they came to his rescue and like played with him. And that like saved
They
the
gave
thing.
him like a couple tours or something.
It was
couple
like in the
shows.
late 80s. I'm not sure the details of the story, but that's just what it reminded me
I
of.
sucks we missed it.
I fully intend that when the podcast hits a certain level of success, where we're like, this is our job, like this is our career.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
And then
I'm
you
gonna be the
you're
one
gonna
to
go
get
solo.
bailed out.
You're gonna go solo.
No. I'm gonna live a life of extreme chaos.
Oh.
Because I know you guys will bail me out via the podcast money.
Well, we got
That's where a lot of the money's gonna go.
gotta get the pod
I'm
back
already
together.
figuring out how to dilute your stock.
a lot of the money's gonna go to bailing me out.
All right.
Well, he arrives 20 minutes late to everything anyway.
I know.
So we already got that.
I'm
part
trying to
down.
find fucking flashy California guys to take your place.
Somebody's got a
I
program.
wish for the next episode we could just get two like hunky surfer dudes to just do the show with Ant.
The Winklevi.
Yeah. There's like no chemistry. All right, so this is actually kind of similar to how Sean Parker really did discover Facebook.
Well, he's
Saw it on
the
laptop.
Napster dude.
Yeah, he's not.
He's the Napster guy, but
That guy legitimately like changed the music industry.
he destroyed
He
it.
destroyed it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed music forever,
Yeah.
like being a profitable thing.
Right.
But if it wasn't him, someone else would have.
Right.
It's too easy to send an MP3.
He was a guy in the right place at the right time.
Yeah. And he did it with like 3 or 4 other people.
Right.
I think the profit for music is on the rise now because of Apple.
I don't know about that.
I think that it's getting to a level where you're forced to like purchase it for phones and shit like that. I think that's like helping.
What do you mean forced to purchase it?
So you have Apple Music?
No.
No. So my wife has Apple Music.
Yeah, but the
you have
artists
to pay
don't
for
see
it.
as much.
They don't see as much, but it's better
It's
than
like
having it stolen
Spotify.
completely.
Yeah, it's better than having it stolen completely, but back in the day people would buy a whole album.
Album like
Well, you don't need them anymore.
I think in the near future you're gonna see like albums disappear. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be singles.
Just singles, you think?
At least among like non-rock big name people.
You think
know?
like Megan Trainor or whatever?
Right, they'll
or-
come
be
out
a
with like
song,
one
and
song.
then you purchase it for
Yeah.
your
Right.
phone.
and that's it. They
There's no
won't,
reason to have an album unless you're like making an artistic statement.
Yeah, you're right. What's the point now?
Right.
You could just drop one song,
Right.
make your money, and yeah, you're
And
probably right.
That's why the profitability via phone is going to be higher.
Well, no, because people stream the music. So it's like back in
You
the
have
day.
to pay for that streaming service usually.
Yeah, but you get
In a
like a
sense.
percentage of a nickel for every time, a percentage of a penny every time it's played.
Yeah, but if it gets played 1 billion times, you're making money.
It's still the Spotify cut is not as much as like Thriller.
All this will result in worse music.
Oh, obviously.
It already happened.
Yeah,
It already happened. That's not even an argument.
But it's like if
That's-
you want, like you can't be a mid-level rock band,
Right.
You know, it's like
No.
there's not there, you're not going to make any sort of real living doing that.
There's no living when you're on the road, man. The road's my food.
But
The road is my food.
Yeah. That's my sustenance.
so Justin Timberlake in real life, Sean Parker in real life, his friend was dating this girl from Stanford and she had Facebook open and he's like, "What's this?" And he sees it and is like, I need to fucking meet these guys.
I need to take advantage
that was
of
real.
these dudes.
It wasn't
and
a
make
girl he
money.
was fucking, it was his friend's girlfriend.
Oh.
And that's how he discovered it. And he went,
They needed to have Timberlake getting laid. They had to have that in
He's
here.
very cool in
He,
this.
he brought sexy back, and in this movie it shows.
Yes.
he's such a douchebag in this
Yeah.
movie.
Such a scum.
Eduardo, by the way, is like the cool guy.
That's from his perspective.
Well, it's from his
Gotta be.
perspective.
Exactly.
It's like
You gotta
Henry
be
Hill in
cool,
Goodfellas.
yeah. Right.
Fucking Henry Hill is a mafioso.
Never killed
He
anyone.
never kills anyone in the whole movie. He's always like, "Whoa, what's happening?
This
You
is
know?
crazy.
Yeah.
We shouldn't be doing this.
Murder, what murder?
He's the best around.
Oh, that's that guy.
Yeah.
You guys.
Murder, what murder?
He's the best around.
I love that clip.
That guy's great.
And the Winklevoss twins, they're still angry. They break a doorknob.
Well, they go to the Harvard president,
Yeah, the president's like,
and
leave me alone.
he's like, you guys are rich. Like, fuck off.
yeah, like, go do something else.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah? And they rip the doorknob off.
We'll get you. Now, Eduardo and Zuck are shopping around for advertisers.
Yes.
And Zuck's just being a dick about it because he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, he's sabotaging all the meetings on purpose. He's like, I don't want ads on Facebook. Once I do that, it's not cool and it's dead.
Yeah, I don't know the reality of this because I feel like there was always ad bars on Facebook.
Apparently,
Ads came much later.
what's his name? Severn.
Severus Snape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Dumbledore said.
the Emperor Severus.
Right.
He put ads on Facebook.
Yes, he
like
did.
right around this time without telling the Zuck, and it caused like a big fucking problem.
So
between
what?
the two of
So
them.
what he did was he had another startup he was doing,
Yeah, he advertised his own company.
his own company on Facebook without telling Zuck, and this pissed Zuck off. Rightfully so.
Yes.
Because you're working on a side project,
Yeah.
and then you are just gonna put it up without fucking.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah,
what
it's
Brian
almost
does
like what
to
Brian
us
does, yeah.
constantly.
All the time. Literally try to suck the audience into your own shit.
What shit?
Side things.
What side things?
You play video games. I was never invited to play a video game. Oh, well, one time.
Yeah.
Right, you know. How many? When's the next time I'm just going to turn my phone on?
There's gonna be
and
a video of
fucking
him with
Brian
someone.
and Get 'em discussing Dune is
Right,
going to be
right,
up on
yeah.
my fucking feed.
It's going to be him and Jimmy talking about something. I'll
Right.
say that.
Yeah.
I got permission for the Chuck thing.
Yeah, after I screamed at you again.
When was the second time?
I don't know.
Screamed at me once.
See, he's zucking us. He's zucking us off.
Zuck on it, bitch. So, Sean shows up to this dinner.
This is the most pointless montage I've ever seen.
Him in the dinner?
Yeah. Why was there a montage of them like eating and doing this?
Well, he's
just
showing that
not-
like he's taking over. Like he's wooing Zuckerberg.
I mean, that was
He's enchanted.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was like right out the gate.
I do like when was the last time you went to a Tower Records? Because Eduardo was saying the music industry
Yeah.
isn't dead. They beat
Right.
you. And he's like, yeah? Well, when was the last time you went to a Tower Records?
He's 100% correct.
Yeah, it's like he destroyed it.
Yeah.
Did you have Napster?
No.
Yeah.
You
The
were,
early one. The early one.
You were like, Lars Ulrich will be disappointed in me.
No, I was just, I think I was too young to like really get into computers and whatnot.
Okay.
at the time.
I had Napster, I had Kazaa, LimeWire,
Lime.
Mephisto.
We had Kazaa at my house
Yup,
when that was
yup.
a thing.
All of
But
them.
I didn't really use it. My dad did.
I had all of
All of
them.
them, yep.
Yeah.
A lot of stealing.
Yeah, I stole so much music, and like, as I got
Games,
older, I'm
music,
like completely against that.
The thing, like my dad always had like a large library of CDs. You know. So
Yeah.
there was always I didn't need to.
Why did he do it? Just like shit he didn't
Oh,
have.
yeah, he was just getting things he didn't have. Yeah.
For the young people,
He was a burning CD fool.
for people
Okay.
like
He
us,
burnt
it
so many
really
CDs.
it was so minuscule. But when you think about if you were an adult around that time,
It
and you
was,
could
like,
down,
unreal,
It's
yeah.
insane how much you could steal.
Right.
Like crazy.
I mean, I stole a pretty crazy amount too. Like,
Oh, dude, I was stealing stuff I shouldn't have had. I shouldn't have had a lot of it.
like any music I wanted, I would just download the full album. You
It
know?
wasn't just music though, because like when you think of, like Pirate Bay and torrenting,
It was all pornography too.
there It was yeah, but there was like
I
some
never
crazy
downloaded like the porn on LimeWire or anything like that. I could have, but I didn't.
Stuff. You would get a virus most likely, but
That's what I was scared of, I think.
like you could download like secret like military documents and shit like that, like not like conspiracy theory shit, like rocket documents
Right.
and stuff that you shouldn't have, like legit like should not.
It
have.
really was the Wild West.
yeah, it was
completely.
crazy.
They didn't know what to do with the internet.
No.
It hit them like a ton of bricks.
Well,
And it's only now
started,
that they're like wrangling it.
and they're still having trouble.
Right.
It started with DARPA.
So it's not cool. You know what's cool?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
You know what's the coolest thing is? Moving to California.
And
what's happening, man.
making $1 trillion.
Yeah, $1 trillion.
He was right about everything.
so right, but he was so cool about
He's
it.
just such a dick.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
And also, like, the movie is not talking about what Eduardo is actually doing at this time. He's
Right.
actually completely failing and sucking at his job.
Yeah.
Like, he's in Florida building another company, not doing any Facebook responsibilities, not getting any advertisers.
Yeah.
He's being useless.
Right.
He's
That's
a
what I
complete-
said. Like, he gets left behind.
He's a
Yeah.
complete burden to them. He's just 30% of dead equity.
Right.
Yeah.
And
Like him.
You do the show without me.
so, So now Eduardo
committed animal cruelty.
yes, and this is slightly based on real life, but it wasn't Eduardo specifically. It was the frat he was in was accused of torturing chickens
They do
in the
that.
Crimson.
Not
They do
him
that.
personally, though.
yeah, not him
Right.
personally. It was
They do that. No, he did.
Eduardo.
If he was in the frat, he probably did.
No. Like, the movie plays it up like he personally got accused.
I'm talking about real life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he did. I don't fucking know.
I
But-
knew someone who was.
But that's not the
who
story
told me
that
like
was out there.
he went to an Ivy League school. He was in a frat. I used to work with him on Wall Street. I'm not going to say his name, but he was like
eccentric?
Yeah, pretty much. They were like, in order to get in the final task that you had to do, they put you in a basement. They tied his hands behind his back, and they put a bunch of chickens around the room. And he's like, you have to kill at least one of them by stepping on it.
Oh my God.
So, but the thing is, you're tied. Like, so you're binded, and you have to like hop around and try to like kill this chicken, and then you get in. So yeah, this is based off reality.
What is
yeah.
wrong with these people?
This is 100% based off reality.
Like, what does that do? Like, what is the point?
That you're all fucking pieces of shit together.
Yeah.
They got something on you now.
You ever have a chicken sandwich?
Yeah, I've had a chicken sandwich.
All right.
Yeah, but
this
is it
this
going
is
in-
Epstein Island shit. This is fucking. We're bringing the elites to this island so that they can rape children.
I'm not
and then we can-
condoning animal cruelty, but if they ate the chickens after, then whatever.
No, even that, because the way they're killing it is so
It's
fucked
so cruel.
up.
Yeah.
So vile.
It's so
Yeah.
bad, but you know,
And
that's what they did.
In the movie, he fed chicken to a chicken and then is accused. In real life, the frat was accused of chicken killing.
They also heavily
true.
imply that Zuck was the guy that leaked the
Yes.
story, which is not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
Yeah.
I doubt that.
Well, it had nothing to do with Eduardo to begin with.
Yeah, it's something to tie into the movie
Yeah.
to speed up their fracture.
Yeah.
So
Now we get the worst scene.
Fracture.
yeah, and
This
like
hurt.
what? Oh,
This-
the
this
hacking
makes- this
contest.
hurts so much.
Okay, yeah. Explain this.
Okay.
Because when I think of a hacking contest, I think that you have to complete a hacking task as Halle Berry gives you a blowjob.
Right, which is also
See, that's interesting because I actually thought that you have to swoop in over a bunch of blue squares and then it unlocks all the doors in the whole part.
It's a yeah, but you're talking about a Unix system.
Right.
They were not on a Unix system.
I know this.
It really takes the glamour.
Two worst
away.
moments in Jurassic Park, by the way: her hacking the thing, and the little kid getting electrocuted and living.
Yeah, he should
You
have died.
think you should have died? That
This
would've
is
ruined the
meant-
movie.
It's like 100,000
This is
volts.
this is meant to stop dinosaurs. A fucking T-Rex. This 60-pound fucking
10,000?
kid.
Yeah, can we get a? How many volts was that? Because I'm pretty. At some point, you explode. Like if it's like 100,000 volts, I think you explode.
the scene when she's hacking. They're Alan and
How many volts?
Laura Dern or whatever.
30,000 volts.
100 to 250 volts kills a person.
Right.
Yeah,
It's amperage. Amps kill.
Amps kill.
yeah.
According
When
to
she's
Devin.
doing that hacking,
still,
they're holding the
30,000
Velociraptor back at
volts.
the door. They
You're
have a
dead.
shotgun,
You're dead.
and they just don't use it.
No, he tries reaching for it with his foot.
Right.
Yeah,
he
you
can't
can't
get
get
it.
it.
You hear the shotgun blast off camera, and then it just shows them spent. How did he miss? Like, you didn't hit this fucking Velociraptor with the shotgun?
They're big. Velociraptors are big on that.
very big.
They're clever.
You easily could have. Maybe just a bad shot, you know? The English can't shoot.
Not
they don't
from
have
the
guns,
front.
man.
But from the
The
sides.
English don't have guns.
But those are
Oh, he loses his American
Yeah, yeah,
accent.
yeah.
Ellie the dogs.
What?
You can't hold it by yourself.
two worst moments in the whole movie. Agreed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about this.
All right. Yeah, talk
So-
about Hacker Man.
Hackerman. Okay. This is what they have to do. They have to gain access to a Python web server, expose the SSL encryption, and then sniff all traffic on their secured ports.
Pause 1 second.
That's what they said.
Pause. I have no clue.
That's what they said.
What the fuck he just
Did
said?
you see my face?
Yeah.
That's what they said in the movie. I would, and now let's include the drinking,
Okay.
right? Every 10 lines of code, you have to take a shot.
Yes.
Wouldn't that kill someone?
Every time he has a pop-up will go on the screen every 3 minutes. They have to close it. The last one to close it has to take a shot. And then I think every like 4 minutes you have to take a shot anyway. You would die. You would die from alcohol poisoning. Not only that, this is just nonsense. It's just nonsense. like that's not what hacking
But
is.
why is it nonsense? I don't understand this.
Okay. If you want to connect to a system, right?
Okay.
You're connecting to a website.
Yeah.
And the website is, you have your IP address, it goes to the website. They send back a confirmation to see if you're a real person with your SSL certificate. It's a secured certificate to make sure that this isn't like a fake system. Once they confirm that, the access is sent and they send you images, text, and you can see that website, right? Right?
Yeah.
Pretty much, in order to do that, you need to have a port open. So think of
New York City?
Think of a New York City port, right?
Okay.
If you want to communicate
And
and
we have to
trade,
go back and
a
forth.
port has to be open. If I close the
contributed.
port,
Okay.
it doesn't work.
Yeah.
So your system has to say this port's allowed for incoming traffic,
Mm-hmm.
this is for outgoing, and we make sure that these packets are not going to be malicious. So when they said like, oh, you have to
So like a container ship full of Chinese slaves?
right, if that comes into the port, into a secured port, there's going to be a bunch of guards that don't let that in.
Okay.
Right?
But if it's
I wish.
Right?
if
You
it's an
wish.
American port,
Come on in, yeah.
hey, do you want a job with the governor of New York?
So
How
what-
does chief of staff sound?
So what he's saying to do is find a web server that's programmed in Python, which means they have to just find websites, go into like the code and see if it's in Python, which it may or may not be. You don't know the other side of it.
When
which
I
is
think
a pain.
Python,
Is that a
I
language?
think
It's a
this.
language. It's a programming
Okay.
language. He's programmed in Python before. You have. You taught it.
Yeah, I did.
And you saw
I
it,
know
right?
a little Python, yeah. And I know these
So
Pythons.
didn't
the
like
choke bombed
Then they
twice.
say you have to gain...
wasn't Harry Potter like really like looked down upon for knowing Python?
He's
for
his
speaking
parcel
parcel tongue, yeah. It all comes back to Harry Potter. It all comes back. So like find a website that's hosting their shit in Python, then gain root access, meaning you need the admin account and password.
and Stephen Root.
Yeah. Or it has to be
Root
a
access.
completely bullshit vulnerable system that you shouldn't be on anyway because your system's probably getting infected because
The
of
system on trial.
This would take hours. You're not doing this in 10 minutes. You're just not.
What if you're really good?
No. Even
It's
if you're
not
really good, this
possible?
is going to take hours. Because not only that, once you get in, then you have to actually
Yeah, but you
write
can do
the
it,
code, write the code to get the information from the ports because like applications didn't exist to
What
do
if
that.
you're three people?
No.
So this is impossible what we're witnessing.
It's nonsense. It's fake.
You
Okay.
sit on it, but you can't take it with you.
You would die from alcohol poisoning before you even got into the system.
Boris.
Assuming you actually like
I
did
spiked
social,
them.
maybe you did social engineering. Maybe you like got the admin account and password that way.
Yeah.
But you know what? You're not doing social engineering with 45 drunk fucking college students screaming behind you. This bothered me. Sorry, continue.
All right. So now they go
No
to.
one screws with Boris Grishenko.
So they get 19. Eduardo gives them $19,000, and they go to California.
Yeah, you gotta
Palo
go-
Alto
You gotta go to Cali.
for the startup. Eduardo
Silicon
goes
Valley.
to Florida, and he starts his own shit in real life. In the movie, he's back at Harvard. JT shows up, and he's still wooing.
Just by chance, he shows up.
Well, he lived across the street. Yeah.
Coincidence, right?
Yeah.
They want you to think that like he scoped this out and
Yeah.
knew, right?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
That's how I took it.
Really? I took it like he scoped it out and
Scoped,
knew.
yeah. He knew he wanted in no matter what.
Yeah. Oh, they show a zip line in the movie from the roof to the pool.
Yeah.
They really did that.
Yeah,
Okay.
That's fun.
Yeah. Oh, also,
guess.
there's another guy we didn't mention who's a real guy, Dustin.
Muskovitz.
Yeah, Mouskowitz. Wait, what's his name? Dustin Mouskowitz.
Yeah.
He is the chief
5%.
programmer of Facebook. He gets 5% very early, and he's with him the whole time.
Yes, he's still there.
He started Quora after,
Oh.
which is a website. You've probably used it before.
You ask questions.
Yeah, and it
gives
tells
you answers.
Yeah, answers. It's simple shit.
Does it involve a certain butler named Jeeves?
Yeah, it's
That's
like,
the only one I know.
Yeah.
Remember that? Remember seeing commercials with that?
Jeeves.
Yeah.
so Justin Timberlake tells
Google's
the story.
competitor.
Justin Timberlake tells the story of Victoria's Secret to
The Zuck.
the Zuck, and he's like, "We gotta fucking cut out Eduardo."
Yeah.
And
the-
this is kind of what happened in real life. So the three of them, Sean, Dustin, and Mark, got pissed that Eduardo was not pulling his weight and not doing what he could. After the money was frozen, we didn't say it yet in the movie. At one point, Eduardo gets pissed and freezes Facebook's accounts, kind of trying to almost sabotage it. Zuckerberg, in reality, got $80,000 from his parents and was able to keep the website functioning.
It's good having rich parents.
Yeah. Makes a big difference with everything.
Yep.
That's the thing. All these people, they're already
rich already.
They're
Yeah.
already
Filthy rich.
Yeah. And like, yeah, he has a good idea, but it's like if the money's not there from Saverin, it's like
They weren't getting anything if they weren't rich already.
exactly. It's like he just became insanely rich.
The other rich guys, the twins would have done it. That's all.
No, they would have just done the dating website. I don't think they would have done Facebook.
It would have been similar.
I don't think they're innovators.
Yeah.
They're not smart enough. They don't have the technical prowess to get this done.
All they know how to do is row boats.
Meanwhile, they own more Bitcoin
lose.
than anyone on Earth.
Well,
they lost it all.
They lost it all. Yeah,
well, they used to.
they fucked up brutally, right?
Yeah,
They
they're
did
like-
it me. Was it a me?
What'd you do?
I had 26,000 Dogecoin that I lost. 16,000, excuse me, that I lost.
No, they like all their crypto assets like
Yeah.
blew up. Like they had like
Oh yeah, that
millions
makes
in
sense.
shit coins. Yeah,
That makes sense.
Shitcoin?
that's
Yeah, it's-
any coin that's basically not Bitcoin.
It's all scams.
is like a shit
It's
coin.
all scams.
Okay.
Steve is not on board with the Bitcoin.
I own some coins, but
Yeah.
I used to mine Doge.
I've been trying to
coins.
understand cryptocurrency since it happened.
you're never
and I
gonna-
just
you're
can't.
never gonna.
I've had people explain it to me, and I get it for like 10 minutes, and then it just leaves my brain.
Yeah.
I've tried to explain it
Yeah.
to you. I failed.
I have a vague understanding enough. About
Should
it.
I?
Don't
No,
bother.
nope.
Not right now.
Nope.
No. Okay.
We'll wait
Just
for the
making sure.
inevitable crypto movie.
Making sure. Making sure.
Oh, Gedim's bringing us a Bitcoin.
Oh, sick. Can I keep it?
No,
And
Why can't I keep it?
my Bitcoin.
what about if Ant gives you $30,000 for it
Usually
right
put it in
now?
Chris' wallet.
This is fucking blowing my mind right now.
What?
It's not supposed to be real, but there it is.
It's a Bitcoin.
I mean, it's not a Bitcoin, but it is a Bitcoin. Is there a chip in this thing?
That's a fucking replica. that has no value.
No, it's a Bitcoin. It's
you
right
can't go to a
before you.
store.
I don't think Bitcoins are golden motherboards. To be honest, guys.
You got to bring it to a store.
I'm so stupid.
Give me 30,000. Give me 30,000.
Bring it to the deli.
All right, let's be honest. Do you think that if Gedem just handed me a $30,000 Bitcoin, that I'd be like, yeah, here you go. Take it back. I'd be like, thank you, Gedem. You just gave me $30,000. Good
You
luck getting
should
this back.
go to the dealership and say, I would like to purchase your finest automobile. And just put the Bitcoin down like a fucking asshole.
Like I'm Van Pelt.
Yeah.
Buying a gun. You know, they stopped making these in 1903. Damn.
So, all right, we got to talk about what happens here in
we?
real life. Yes. All right. So, in real life, Sean Parker introduces Zuckerberg to Peter Thiel.
Angel investors.
He's
Yes.
he's a venture capitalist angel
He's
investor.
one of the co-founders of PayPal.
Yes,
One of
him, Elon Musk,
Yeah.
Yep.
and I think like
The other
another
guy.
guy.
They're all connected.
There's always two people, and then the other guy. Like there's
Now these guys run the planet.
But wait, in everything. So you got Buzz Aldrin, you have
There we
Neil
go.
Armstrong,
Michael Collins.
And the other guy.
Oh, the other guy. Yeah,
the other
Michael
guy.
Collins.
the three tenors. Pavarotti.
I don't know any of the tenors.
Don't look at me.
Yeah, there's another guy. I think Domingue,
other guys, yeah.
and then the other guy.
The three of us.
Michael
Yeah.
Collins had a scary ass job when you think about it.
What was his job?
Well, he had to stay on the ship. He
I
had to
thought it was
swing
his
around the moon
choice.
and pick them up. So there's a chance he was further away from Earth than any other human.
Wait,
you know?
I mean, we're assuming this was real.
Oh God. I don't go for the fucking.
You don't think it was fake?
Yeah.
We haven't been back since. I don't know.
We have though.
Somebody walked on the moon
Yeah, they
since
were
then?
they were
How many?
follow up Apollo
where's
missions.
where's the pictures? Pull them up. Pull up the pictures. I want to see.
You think the moon landing was fake?
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah. At least at that time. Later on, maybe we did something.
So you think
else,
that they
but no.
double backed and like, oh, we better put the flag there?
I think that at the time it's a little crazy to expect.
I'm
that.
gonna get Buzz Aldrin here. He's gonna kick your.
He's gonna beat the
fucking
shit out
ass.
of you.
Go ahead. I like a good conspiracy theory.
Okay.
I think it's fake.
You think it was Stanley Kubrick?
I don't know. It seems a little far fetched when you look at the actual propulsion systems on the moon.
I just think our government is too incompetent to pull it off.
That too.
Wow.
No, to pull off like lying to the people so successfully.
Oh,
Yeah, that's.
they do that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're not successful at it.
Maybe we went around the moon, but that lander just seemed a little flimsy. You know what I mean? It looked like tin and
Listen,
yeah.
wait, why are we debating the moon? Anyway,
Yeah, we'll do that when we do
Yeah.
Apollo.
so they go to Peter Thiel, and he gives them $500,000. Now, Sean, Dustin, and Mark come up with a plan. How the fuck are we going to get rid of Eduardo's 30% shares, right?
Yeah.
So what they do is they transfer the company from an LLC, which is a partnership, which is what we have,
Yes.
to something called a Delaware C Corp, right? And what
Incorporated.
it's incorporated, but it's a different type of corporation which allows new bylaws, and it makes a bigger company which swallows up the LLC. Within that, Zuckerberg set new terms and conditions, setting up a power play. Peter Thiel coached him on all this, by the way. Peter Thiel, because he'd been doing this forever,
Right.
knew how to fuck people out of equity.
Right.
So Peter Thiel basically...
Thank you, get him.
You have your own Bitcoin now.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Mine's in a case.
We all
Oh,
have
wow,
our
we
own
all have
Bitcoins.
Bitcoin.
We are all very
Cars
rich.
are on me today, boys.
Let's go all get Mercedes.
Yeah.
Let's go get Mercedes. That was said so innocently. Let's go get Mercedes. So he fucked them out of
So-
the equity because
So
of
what?
this.
But what he does is he arranges this corp in a way which allows them to then set up new terms for the new corporation's
Where they can
shares
sell stock.
and how they're divvied. And what it does is, so this is it. So right now it's a 70, 30, 5 and 5 split, right?
But that's
but-
more than 100.
I'm what I don't no, it's 65.
Zuck kept taking from his slice to get the other guys in.
Right.
So, yeah, but it was like 65, 30, whatever. But within this new corp, what he was allowed to do was dictate
You said dick.
how the shares were
Zing.
how the shares were split and where new shares
Right.
came from. So what he did was when Peter Thiel invested was he blew up a bunch of shares just from the 30% that Eduardo owns.
Right. Yeah.
And he agreed to this because he didn't have his lawyers present looking over this paperwork,
He just signed it.
which allowed this paperwork
To get through.
to get put through.
In there probably said just like you forfeit, X amount of your
He
equity. to
Disney
expand
murdered him.
Yeah.
It
yeah.
gave Zuckerberg.
It was lawyered.
Well, it
scummy.
gave Zuckerberg.
It was a legal scumbag move.
Yes.
But it seems like this guy Eduardo Severin deserved to get legally scumbagged. because he wasn't fucking.
Well,
wasn't doing- pulling his
everybody
weight,
else was
yeah.
pissed because he wasn't pulling his weight,
Yeah.
and
And he's 30% of the company.
right.
and he owns 30%.
They pulled a
of the
move to
company.
fuck him, and it worked.
Yeah.
They dropped.
They
his-
definitely fucked him,
oh
Now,
yeah.
This
But
is
it-
why I said
but he may have deserved to be fucked.
so.
Exactly.
They diluted his percent to.
Shut up, Alexa.
No, that's just the doorbell.
They diluted his percent to 0.03, less than a percent. Less than. It's very low.
in the movie, in
the movie.
in reality, he still had like just about 10%. It was
Right.
like 9.7.
That's what I was about to say.
So he got fucked, but it wasn't like where they're like, you have nothing.
Right.
Even if they
Clearing
gave
you
him
out.
0.03%, the company was valuated at 20 billion. I think you would still be making 3 million for each billion. So he'd be making a stupid amount of money even with 0.03%.
But it's
He got paid.
He got
no
paid.
doubt about it.
He got paid hard
Yeah.
I mean, he comes out pretty well after the
for the
lawsuit too.
$2,000 starting investment.
Up to 19. Well, I think it's 21,000 total, right?
I think after, yeah. I meant the starting, like
Yeah.
the initial start, and then once you realize like it's going to blow up, the 20,000 is nothing.
What's the deal with Rashida Jones in this?
She's a lawyer.
She's hot.
She's hot. That's all.
She's just like there,
She's the voice of.
and they give her screen
I don't know.
time.
Well, she's there to talk to Zuckerberg and be like,
You're not a
and
dick.
She's there just to break it down for the audience at the end and to like give the thesis of the movie.
I guess. Yeah.
You're not a dick. You're just trying to be.
Yeah.
That's literally what she said. You're not an asshole. You're just trying
So,
really hard to be an asshole.
The Winklevosses go to a crew competition in England where they lose.
Yeah, it's all.
And,
whatever.
well, it just spurs them on
lost.
to sue more.
This episode's getting long.
How long are we?
Oh, we're up about 2 hours.
All right. Well, I guess we could start.
Sean gets
wrapping up.
arrested for coke at a party when he's talking about Instagram. And he's
Yeah.
ranting. It's they pay Eduardo and it ends.
And
Yeah.
this
Movie
well,
sucked.
the CEO bitch thing is real.
Yeah.
And I did want to talk about one other thing. Zuckerberg has an Ardsley shirt that says Ardsley Athletics. That's the high school he went to in Long Island. And I know that high school because I wrestled against some of their wrestlers at a Farrell
How'd they
tournament.
do?
I was
Did you put your finger in their
You
asshole?
finger them?
no,
Finger
I
fuck 'em,
actually
you dirty man.
It was actually my worst year wrestling ever. My junior year, I was cutting too much weight. I was like a
Stop
skeleton man, and that year I had to go up against an Ardsley kid in a tournament, and it was expected that he was just going to beat the shit out of me, and I was going to get my ass kicked. And I pulled a miraculous upset doing a double armbar pin, which is like a pretty crazy wrestling pin to get someone in. It's like
Yeah, to pin that's stupid.
just so unexpected.
Right.
No,
It's like the
it's,
triple Lindy.
it's not how you're thinking of it. It's a wrestling armbar. But I did it to this kid and pinned him. And I remember people were going ape shit. Like they couldn't believe that like basically one of the worst wrestlers beat like a kid from like this school
It was an upset.
the Zuck
with
school.
with a double armbar.
It was an upset, yeah.
Yeah. Because the double armbar is one of those moves where if you get it and you lock it in,
You're not gonna.
it's kind of like you're fucked and it's almost an auto win. And I hit it on this kid. It's one of my few wins that year.
Nice.
Oh, I do like this scene too, where after like Eduardo gets thrown out and he's like finds out he's fucked, he confronts Sean, Justin Timberlake, and Justin Timberlake is like, "You're fucking done. Like fuck
Yeah.
you. Here's
You
your
lost,
check for
bro."
your
Yeah.
money."
Yeah.
And he just pulls his fist up.
Yeah.
And Sean Parker flinches.
Yeah.
And he's like,
Makes me look tough.
yeah, you make me look tough. It's like, really what this movie is about is like, these are fucking weak nerds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, you're better than them if you can kick their ass. It's an ode to the jock.
It kind of is.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He's taking the world back for the jocks.
Yeah, and Eduardo's like, you're a douchebag.
Right.
You're a fucking awkward dweeb. I can still kick your ass. Ultimately, I win.
This is Revenge of the Jocks.
Yeah. That would be a really fun play on the dude.
We should make that movie.
Dude, we should totally make that. We said it now, right? Like the
Revenge of the
nerds are
Jocks.
running everything.
Yeah.
And the
And
jocks,
jocks come back.
and they've like, I've had enough.
Yeah.
Like they're getting put pressure.
They do the raping. Why has no one made Revenge of the jocks.
This is actually a brilliant idea to
Yeah.
flip it.
This
We should I'm not joking.
a horrible
We should
idea.
totally do Revenge of the Jocks. And it's just like these handsome, strapping guys. And they're just
kicking ass.
Just beating up the nerds, beating up nerds, beating up gays, everything. Just bullying.
And then the world is fixed. And everything's good again.
We fixed the world with Revenge of the
yes,
Jocks.
the natural order is restored. The lions, not the foxes, are running things again.
We're totally doing. We
gotta make Revenge of the Jocks.
It just needs
You're
to happen.
You're not going to
Yeah.
get a dime for
We
me
get
in
John
this
Goodman
sense.
back. John Goodman's gonna fucking run everything.
I used to run things. He has like a hood.
Yeah,
He pulls it down, you know. Yeah. I think. Can we get Booger
Very
and Ogre?
Obi-Wan-like. Very Obi-Wan-like. Oh my god.
Isn't Billy Zabka like having a comeback?
Billy's Zabka. Yeah. Yeah. He's on the Karate Kid.
Oh my god.
Revenge of the Jocks. This is brilliant.
I'm sure it'll go well. Got to raise some capital.
Some venture capital.
Yeah.
So the movie ends and it tells us the settlements. The twins got $65 million and had to sign an NDA. Eduardo Saverin, we don't know what he got, but he was restored
A
to
lot.
the masthead as a founder. It's a shitload of money.
Got a lot.
And as of the movie, the company had a $25 billion evaluation, and Mark Zuckerberg was the youngest billionaire in the world.
This ending sucked.
Why?
It felt. It just. You know, I didn't
It's
feel
an
anything.
unfinished story.
Yeah, it didn't
You're
feel
right.
anything.
This movie came out too soon.
Yeah, it should have came out later. There was way much more to say afterwards than the starting. The starting is actually the boring part.
I like all the personal drama. I generally like this movie a lot.
Suck before Facebook.
Right, that's what it is. It's a good story of how it got started, but it's very boring. There's nothing.
I actually find this a very compelling movie. I like it a lot.
I liked the
Yeah.
movie. I thought it was good.
I think it's boring.
well done. The subject matter.
I like that we lived through all of this.
Yeah.
You know, like, not directly, like, but
But
we've
it affected our
experienced
lives,
all of
you
it.
know?
It did,
And it
yeah.
completely changed the world.
Yes.
It did, but they didn't really touch upon that.
No, they didn't touch
You
that
know what
at
I
all.
mean?
It's about the inner
Inner
machinations
circle
of a company.
Yeah,
Which, you know.
Well, it's like
boring.
Citizen Kane. That's really
Yeah.
what it is. It's a modern Citizen Kane. You know, he's at the end. His rosebud is
Is the
fucking the
chick,
girl,
yeah.
and he's just refreshing, hoping she'll accept his
Right.
friend request. Where it's like, dude, you're the programmer. You can't just like do some code and.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably.
By the way,
Some of his code
so
is
this
still
is
there
insane.
today.
The original evaluation as of the movie was $25 billion.
Yeah.
The current evaluation of Facebook
That was in
is
2010.
of 2010. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
was $25 billion. It's now $562 billion.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's crazy.
That's insane. Now the stock is actually down. Currently, it's $527 a share, but that still is.
Well, when you have 1 million shares, it's,
Yeah, exactly. And everything is down. I think there was like a big recession the other day.
When isn't there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's-
that's true. Everything is perpetually red, but you know,
I mean, not.
like Amazon. I'm just looking at this now. I'm doing an old stock
Yeah,
ticker
now
for
we're just-
people.
yeah, now
But like Amazon's down, Microsoft, Nvidia, Apple, and Nvidia is just basically the entire U.S. economy at this point. That's the stock that keeps going up.
Are you talking about the graphics cards?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the most important stock on the whole market, dude.
Yeah.
it's like
Really?
it's like running the entire market. Yeah,
Yep.
because you need it to process all the Bitcoin
It
and
actually
crypto
lost
and shit.
4%
Yeah,
today. Oh, geez, that's a that's a big drop.
we're fucking.
We're on the precipice of destruction.
Yeah. Yeah, this is what it's all about. The Bitcoin that we're going to buy Lambo.
Yeah.
So-
or bottle caps, depending on how the world goes.
For a Fallout. I didn't mean to set the world on fire.
The lyrics wrong.
What? I got the lyrics wrong?
Yes.
What
I
is-
didn't mean
Dude.
like you did it.
My bad. Whoops. I don't want to set the world
It's like
on
you
fire.
at a gas station.
I don't want to set the world
Again,
on fire.
I like my lyrics better because this guy is grappling with guilt. He
It's a
fucked
deeper
up.
story. You're
Yeah.
looking for the deeper stories.
All right. So
So that's what makes it so wonderful. It's about
Yeah.
family.
Yeah, it rhymes. All right, Steve,
yeah.
where are we at? What do you give it?
Where the hood
I
at?
think
Ain't gonna give it to you.
it's an interesting story, but as a movie, it's boring. It's dull. This isn't gonna wow you. This isn't gonna be shocking. It's kind of it's a nothing burger, I would say, for
Wow.
film wise. Give it a 5 out of 10.
Wow.
That's pretty low. All right.
Yeah.
I'm giving it a 7. I liked the movie. I thought
Yeah.
it was good. It didn't set my fucking world on fire, but I liked it. It was good.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna give.
I didn't mean to set the
Didn't
world
mean
on
to.
fire.
Yeah. I'm gonna give this an 8.
That's way too high.
I generally like this movie a lot. I could stop and watch select scenes from it at any point.
There's no scenes
There's
that
no
are like
scenes, yeah.
great.
There's not a single one.
I just generally enjoy watching it and like.
What scene would you stop and watch a select scene from?
I like the courtroom. I like the ping pong dialogue by Aaron Sorkin.
You're gonna pull up a clip and watch that?
No, but like if I'm flipping the channels and it's on, I'll
Is
stop
that
and
is
watch
that
it for a little
the
bit.
Severance lawyer?
Aaron Sorkin?
Yeah.
No, Aaron Sorkin
What about
and
Orlean Sorkin?
Harleen Sorkin. Yeah, she's the Joker voice. Every time we bring up Aaron Sorkin, you do this. Aaron Sorkin's the screenwriter. He has everything down to the article in the thing, so you have to say the word "the" if it's in the script. But
You gotta drop the. Just Facebook. And that's it.
yeah,
Right.
I see
Write
your
it down.
drawing from
Yeah.
here. You drew the Facebook logo. It's an F. I already see it. It's the best thing you've ever.
I think it's good.
I mean, it's a horrible F, but it's the best thing you've ever done. I don't think you know how Fs work.
Is that not the Facebook logo?
No, it is. I'm just saying in general.
He made the lower
it's
the
a
lower
top- it's an uppercase
jutting
F.
output
Yeah,
the same size as the top one.
yeah. It's an
It's
uppercase
supposed to be
F,
smaller.
and it's supposed to be lowercase.
So you don't like my scale?
No,
It's
the
an
Facebook
uppercase
logo
F.
is a
It's
lowercase
lowercase.
F.
You drew uppercase
You drew an
F.
uppercase F.
And your uppercase F is incorrect. The top is supposed to be longer than the bottom.
Well, I'm not known for my penmanship, guys.
God
I
damn
tried
it.
my best.
God damn it.
And this was a block letter. This was difficult for me.
Still, it's one of the better things you've done.
yeah.
You're getting better, I think.
But
There you
yeah,
go. That's it.
I like the movie. This is Social Network.
Social network.
And ironically, we're going to plug our social networks.
Do it.
You do it every time.
Yep. I want to give a big thank you to Tom, Steve, Dave, Brywalt, Q, Get 'em. Last record down in the studio. We greatly appreciate it. I want to give a big thank you to you, the listener. Thank you for thank you for watching
He forgot.
and or
He
listening.
forgot his script.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. It's been a while.
This is good. This is good on
Yeah,
the fly.
yeah. Thank you for watching and or listening. We greatly appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Share. Go on Facebook. Post about it. Tell your friends.
Do you believe in love and love? Share.
Share. I didn't even get that. That was good. Tell people. Watch us. Spread the word. Go to reviewinghistorypod.com to buy some merch. There's a new shirt up there.
Yeah.
The Aunt G banana shirt.
special.
Yeah.
Banana special.
I'm getting pictures of people wearing it. I'm
Should it
enjoying
be a
it.
limited time?
I
Should
saw
we
that.
should we only have a limited time to sell that?
No, let's leave
Just
it up.
leave it up?
I think it's a good
Okay.
shirt. I think it speaks to
Just
the
no,
ethos
maybe
of the
maybe I'll
show.
take it away at some point.
Oh, Steve can take it away at a moment's notice, so hop on it.
Yeah.
ReviewingHistoryPod.com, Review History Pod on Twitter, Reviewing History Pod everywhere else. Follow, share, all that good stuff. Follow me personally on all social media at Brian Rupert. That's with 2 P's. Follow me on Letterboxd. I rank and review every single movie I watch, even the ones in my personal life. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next time. Bye.